Time to wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ Show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Beast, so don't get her pissed. It's Jason, talks like a spaz, and they love to talk about Bigfoot and stats. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ Show.
Yeah, hello, and welcome to the KVJ Show. How the heck is everybody here?
Good morning.
It is a Friday.
Let's shake 'em.
It's going to be an interesting weekend, though. We got some serious weather heading our way a little bit later on today and into tomorrow. So it's going to be kind of a wet weekend.
It's a great weekend to travel, take a road trip about 6 hours deep.
Yeah. Your excursion to St. Augustine is still on?
It's on, baby.
It's happening.
Wow. Okay. Got the RV and everything, huh?
And it is summertime. I'm not driving. I'm already going to crack open a drink.
Okay.
So, Virginia, you're doing the whole maneuvering all the way to St. Augustine?
I don't know if I'm driving. I think we have recruited a different driver.
Oh, you did? Okay. Who's going to be driving this?
A very responsible, a very great driver, Joe Pontown of KVJ Nation.
Oh, he's going to be going up, huh?
He is.
Okay. All right.
Well, we looked at it yesterday, and we thought, oh, Jaybird driving, not a good idea. Virginia driving, not a good idea.
Okay.
We're not known for our attentiveness behind the wheel.
Yeah, I want to chill on this RV trip.
So he's going to maintain the sobriety and brave the storms, huh?
He shall. He will.
Okay. All right.
He's our captain.
Okay. And your concert tonight is outdoors?
It is at an amphitheater.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. All right.
But I'm ready.
It looks a lot like the amphitheater that we have here in West Palm. The one in St. Augustine does.
Oh, okay. Like the I Think Financial?
Exactly.
Okay.
Look, open up the heavens. I'm ready to take off this shirt and get crazy.
Bird's ready to go.
Yeah.
It's all good for him.
Because, people usually get really crazy at a Toad the Wet Sprocket concert.
Everybody's 45 and older.
Well, Bare Naked Ladies, I think, when it really gets rocking is when they do 1 week. That's when it rocks.
That's when they tear it up, huh?
So there's 3 bands. Who is it? I keep forgetting the other band.
Gin Blossoms.
Gin Blossoms.
Okay.
Toad the Wet Sprocket, Gin Blossoms, Bare Naked Ladies.
Okay. They all played Fort Lauderdale last night, so if anybody went to that show, let them know how it was.
Yeah, I wonder what because they're clearly on some kind of a tour together. I wonder what they pull in as a band for touring on that.
That's a great question. Each one of them and how they divide it?
Bare Naked Ladies is the headliner, so they're pulling the most. And then I think it goes Toad, then Gin Blossoms.
But you pay Bare Naked Ladies for this tour. Well, I wonder what they're getting.
So this is actually a rescheduled tour. They were supposed to do this before COVID hit.
Okay.
And then this is now being rescheduled from that. So it's like, whoa.
Okay. All right. Well, if anybody has any reports, you can let us know. That's just one thing that they're doing this weekend, heading out of town. If you're going to be staying here, is there actually anything you can do? Indoors, there are a few options. I'll run those down for you coming up here in just about 10 minutes. We'll get to it here on the KVJ Show.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
What you got your mind on today, Jay Bird?
I wanted to let everyone know we had a Weird and Whatever podcast last night.
Okay.
It was great fun. We covered a lot of stuff. We got a new segment on there where Ryan Beckett talks about technology, and then we do another segment called Ask Vicky. Mm-hmm. And it's usually about 3 questions.
Okay.
People want to know about paranormal stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot you can learn if you're in that kind of world. She really does great on educating the people, especially we get a lot of animal questions.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, yeah. Will my dog go to heaven, or are there dog spirits? Is my pet frog, can it cross over?
Okay.
Those type of things like that. Someone also wanted to know if she ever saw someone famous, and she has not.
Really?
Would you trust a psychic? Oh, Virginia, there is George Washington behind you.
Oh, a ghost of George
like
Washington.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha.
I just meant in life.
Yeah, I thought you meant she's never seen anybody famous.
She needs to get out more
it's
often.
kind of sad.
That is. She's in South Florida?
I meant during a reading or a ghost
girl.
investigation.
I really hope you run into somebody at some point before it's all said and done.
Yeah, no, I meant during her readings or her investigations.
A famous ghost.
Yeah, I kind of feel like you lose credibility if you're getting a reading and they go, Virginia Burt Reynolds is behind you. But yeah, check it out. It's on our KVJ YouTube page. Would love to have you.
Very cool. All right, Virginia, what you got on your mind here today?
So I had this idea, and I was thinking, I read it somewhere that everybody should have their signature scent, something that they love. And I was thinking, because I love the smell of lemons. I went into this hotel not too long ago, and they had this air freshener in the hotel, and the whole hotel smelled like lemons. Every time you walked in, I was like, oh my gosh, this needs to be my signature scent.
Oh, really?
And so I decided it was going to be lemons. That's it. I'm going to get lemon scented stuff for the house. I'm going to get lemon scented stuff for the car. And I'm going to be full on lemon is my signature scent.
You could bathe in Pledge.
As a kid, Pine Salt and Pledge, I always wanted to drink.
So I went online, and Yankee Candle makes like candles for the home, diffusers for the home. They make little clip-on air vent car air fresheners for your car. So I bought all of them in this lemon, and it showed up, and gosh, I don't like the smell.
Oh, no way. So you don't like your own signature scent?
It's like crap lemon.
Oh, what?
I wanted like a clean, crisp, fresh lemon. This is like a dirty, left in the street, like a muddy lemon. I don't know. I don't like it. And I think I'm allergic to it.
Wow, that's just terrible. So
And now it's everywhere.
Oh,
so
no.
I've been sneezing all week. I think I'm allergic to my signature scent.
It's just terrible.
It's terrible.
We have to change it up, man.
I got to get with a different company. Yeah, Murano lemon or whatever they have at Yankee Candle. It's not the crisp lemon I seek.
You would wear lemon clothing?
Oh, definitely. I have a lemon dress.
Okay.
I love lemons.
Okay. So new signature scent.
I need a better crisp lemon. This Yankee Candle lemon sucks.
What size are you? Never mind. Never mind.
Well, that was a good bit of silence.
Well, only because never mind.
It depends on what you're buying. So I'm usually a medium.
There was a lemon outfit that I saw. I'm like, you know what? The witch would love this. But I don't want to buy something too small or too big. Either way, I know I'm going to offend you.
A lemon outfit? You want to start dressing like a lemon, Virginia?
Why not?
Well, how far do you want to take this lemon at?
What I got on my mind here today, if you're looking to do something indoors, which you're probably going to have to here in South Florida, we are going to have rain tonight, a good bit tomorrow. They're talking like 8 to 12 inches for good parts of South Florida, as we're likely going to get a tropical storm dumping a bunch of water on us. So what can you do indoors? One of the things is go to the movies, and Top Gun will be in its second week. So yesterday I got my son Cannon, who's almost 14 now, and we watched Top Gun. And I hadn't seen it in a long time. It's probably been 20, 30 years since I've even seen the movie. I must have watched it a lot because I still knew a lot of the lines from the movie. I was like, wow, it's all very familiar. It's a solid movie. And, you know, I got a rousing review from my son Ken. I'm like, did you like Top Gun? And he said, yeah. So I think he really enjoyed it.
Is that a 5-star review from Cannon?
That's pretty impressive. I mean, if you get it, yeah.
Okay.
Then that's pretty much right. That's about as much enthusiasm as you're going to get. So that was a big rousing endorsement for your kids seeing Top Gun.
Magnolia saw Top Gun over the weekend, and she was like, Mom, I went and saw this movie. I got TopGun. It was good.
She liked it?
Yeah, she liked it.
That's awesome.
I didn't even have the heart to tell her, like, yeah, we know Top Gun.
It's
not new, Pooh.
I'm glad you liked it, Max.
I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah, so he said he would be down with going to see the new one out in theaters this weekend. So hopefully maybe we can work that out, because that'd be good. I'm hearing nothing but great things about it. In fact, I'm hearing that the second one is better than the first.
Mags loved it. She's like, this is a great movie, Mom.
Well, the one thing that did kind of jump out to me that I guess I hadn't remembered so much because it's been so long since I've seen it is that Goose's kid is in the original. I forgot he's in there, and you know Goose is in there playing the piano, and the kid's sitting on the piano, and then they have him later on in the movie, and then Goose's kid is in Top Gun Maverick.
So Goose's kid's 40 plus, even though the actor's not 40 plus?
I thought about that too, because it's been 36 years, and that would be a pretty long time, because the kid he looks like he's maybe 3 or 4 in that, so yeah, he would be like 40. I think what they're doing is because Tom Cruise has done such a good job of taking care of himself, they have to cheat time in this sequel. Because I was thinking that too. If his son is a fighter pilot and at Top Gun school, which is what it is, it trains the best of the best in fighter pilots, they have to have shaved 15 years off of when this is supposed to happen.
Yeah, they could do that for the storyline. It doesn't have to be in modern day real time.
I think they could, just because Tom Cruise looks so good. Otherwise, if he were old and decrepit, you'd be like, this just ain't working out with the math. And a lot of times, if I get hit with that in a movie, I know you're supposed to sometimes just dismiss it. I can't. It always is in my head. Movies have done that where you see somebody and you're like, this just isn't right. They wouldn't look that way, or they wouldn't be that age, and it's hard for me to dismiss.
It's weird if you have an off casting too. If the numbers don't add up. I remember they had that same problem with Tom Hanks and Sally Field. She played.
Right.
They were love interest and Punchline, and then she
Yeah.
played his mother in Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump,
You're like,
yeah.
does this work with the age?
Yeah, that was a little off. You're right. She always jokes about that. So there you go. So that's just one thing going on this weekend. Looking forward to it. I hope it's as good as what everybody's saying. I'll let you know. Hopefully, coming up on Monday, I can get there this weekend. All right, looking for something to do here today. You got the Marlins in town. They picked up a win last night, 3-0, little shutout over the San Francisco Giants, and with the lid on the stadium, I assume they're going to be able to play, even if we do have a tropical storm going on, so you can check them out. Friday, Saturday, Sunday going to be going on. Also, some indoor music might be a good idea to check out. Big country star Brantley Gilbert's playing Hard Rock Live tonight. Ricardo Arjona is playing FTX Arena tonight and Saturday. Old CeeLo Green, remember him, the FU song? He's going to be at Live in Miami Beach tonight, so that's all music you can see indoors. Then tomorrow, you got Cedric Gervais. He's going to be at Live. And there's also something you do with the kids this weekend. The Roar and Explore Dinosaurs Weekend is going on at the Museum of Discovery and Science.
Ooh, that is so my cut. I love
yeah.
dinosaurs.
You would love that.
Dinosaurs are they got the popularity going, man. I'm seeing them everywhere. They're big in the toy world.
Okay.
I don't think dinosaurs ever went away.
I think you're right.
I know they are extinct, but they never went away.
I was going to say they did kind of go away.
No, they've always been cool.
Okay.
They may be extinct, but they've always been cool.
I love dinosaur humor.
Yeah. And something Dennys might want to check out here this weekend, the Cannabis Law, Accounting, and Business Conference is going on at the Hyatt Regency Miami.
Oh.
I would love to see him go in there and
He'd school some people.
school people.
He should be hosting a seminar, you would think.
At least a session.
Yeah. And they're doing something interesting, too. I think it's going to be tomorrow, but they're doing an elevated yoga class. And remember Ricky Williams, former Miami Dolphins running back?
Yes, I love Ricky Williams.
He's hosting that.
Ricky Williams was awesome on Celebrity Big Brother.
He's a great interview, too.
He is a super likable guy. If you talk to Panda, because Panda interviewed him back in the day, said he was one of the coolest guys he's ever interviewed.
Really?
I thought
Dude was way misunderstood in the NFL.
I thought he got a bad
Yeah.
rap.
Oh, he did, no doubt.
I do.
Yeah.
He really got a bad rap in a time when pot smoking was looked at like it was like drugs and terrible. They kind of labeled him with all of that drugs and terrible. Dude was just trying to be zen.
Well, people just didn't understand him, and they didn't understand different personalities, and he had anxiety about doing
Right.
interviews, and he did that one interview with his helmet on, and he had the shaded out visor so you couldn't see his face. And yeah, it's a little bit different, but now as you understand, somebody who the press can be intimidating in every word, and it gave him anxiety, and this was his way of just trying to deal with
Well,
it.
the other thing people don't realize is some people really cannot respond well to prescription pills. And if you're getting
Sure.
beat up all the time, that's what was allowed in the NFL.
Yeah.
There are people that use weed for pain.
It's really messed up.
And you're condemning one,
You're right.
and then you're promoting another. And I don't think that was really fair to do to the guy.
We'll in time look back on this era, if not right now, and say is really messed up.
Really messed up. How
Yeah.
could you tell a guy weed is bad, but here, eat all these oxys?
Yeah.
It's so backwards and stupid.
So the good news is if you are going to the cannabis conference today, it's also National Donut Day. So it seems like All this just might work
Oh,
together.
it's lining up perfectly.
I just want to give this PSA.
Yeah.
It's a very dangerous game to play. Trust me.
Oh, yeah.
Donut day, weed.
It gets away from you. Huh?
Get away.
It's also National Egg Day, so if you'd like to combine the two, you could have an egg donut.
Ooh.
Maybe you just kind of like get a boiled egg and just kind of sprinkle that on the top of your donut.
I had some hard-boiled eggs yesterday, and I thought about you, Jay Bird.
Imagine that
Yesterday?
donut with a nice hard egg right in the center.
Oh my gosh, you had
Sit
them
right up
yesterday?
perfectly.
I
Oh, the
did.
timing's
Oh, yeah.
perfect for a farty Friday.
But they were left over from like Monday, so they were actually
Old
they
eggs.
were old eggs.
so funky farty Friday.
Old
Which
egg
is not
farts.
easy to say.
That's going to be a
who
fun
wants
Friday.
to get into RV?
Oh gosh. Oh no.
Can you imagine if the air goes on that thing?
Oh my god.
You're in the rain, no AC, 40 Virginia.
It's not right.
Yeah.
To go back to your donut thing with the egg, you
Yeah.
could take 2 glazed donuts
Okay.
and use them as your buns and
Yeah.
then make an egg fried sandwich.
Yeah, if
if
you
you want to
fried
have a
the
heart
egg.
attack, but it's delicious.
Yeah, if you did that. If you want to go check out some donuts, you're not alone. 90% of Americans like or love donuts, they say. That's a pretty high number. So only 10% of people are like, don't really like them.
They were walking around here yesterday. Duncan was giving out donuts in anticipation of Donut Day today.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And everybody on this crew was grabbing donuts except Kevin.
Dunkin'
Yeah.
they treat me right, man. They are always bringing me donuts.
Yeah,
I'm not
they're
even
very kind.
kidding you.
Very
You're a
kind.
power player.
Well, I'm starting to feel like a donut power player.
Yeah, Dunkin' Donuts doing a deal today, or just Dunkin'. They're going to be offering up 1 free donut if you buy a drink.
Oh,
Okay.
So that is their deal that they got going on.
love it.
Jupiter Donuts is going to be giving out a free donut of your choice. No specialty ones, though, like the fritters, with any purchase.
Okay.
They've got 5 locations in Palm Beach County: Jupiter, North Palm, Royal Palm, Lake Worth Beach, and Boynton.
They have a donut that's a fritter inside of it.
They have a massive fritter. It's
Yeah.
bigger than a regular donut.
That's
and
not a
so
donut then.
It's not a donut.
And that's what they're saying. That one you don't get.
It's a dessert for like 3 people.
Also, you can get 1 free donut at Krispy Kreme today, and no purchase is necessary there. They have some limited locations still in South Florida. And just to give you some donut news, they've been big in Wynwood for a while in South Miami, but the Salty Donut location is going to be opening up in the square in West Palm in late July to early August. So it's kind of
Okay,
a
yeah,
big
we've been
rager there.
anticipating this one.
Yeah.
They've been
and,
talking about it.
Yep. And I checked Mojo Donuts, too, in case you're curious, in Miami, and I did not see them doing any kind of deal today. They've got specialty donuts they're bringing out, but no freebies.
You ever make homemade donuts? My mom used to do that a lot when I was a kid.
So I can make beignets, which is basically a homemade donut. It's a square, and it's a fried pastry with doughy inside.
Oh gosh, y'all turning me off.
Yeah. If you're looking for a donut to get, they say our favorite types are glazed, followed by Boston cream, and then chocolate frosted.
I love me a glaze. I like the Cruller. Third time's the charm. That one I think is my favorite. I love the Cruller.
You do?
I love it.
You
Okay.
just bigger is better. I know you.
Yeah, but I just like
Usually they bring that heat with the cruller.
they do, and I do love a Boston cream, but you got to be prepared for a Boston cream.
You're also a man. I bet you love a bear claw.
Oh, I love a bear claw. And know who else loves a bear claw? Fat Kevin.
Oh, yeah.
Fat Kevin, how many bear claws could you eat?
Well, Fat Kevin, I always had 4 donuts. I never had one. That was always kind of, that's why we'd usually tap out. And that's when I was really becoming diet conscious.
That's so much claw.
I tell myself no more than 4.
I could tell
No more
Fat,
than 4. That's when I was getting responsible with my eating.
Fat Kevin looks like the kind of kid that definitely is going to always go for the ones with the cream
Always
inside.
with
Oh,
cream.
yes.
Yeah.
And he loves chocolate frosting.
Chocolate icing. Yeah,
Fat
I
Kevin-
like the iced and creamed up donuts.
He loves free donut day.
I just want to hug that kid.
Yeah. I've always seen this survey, and I just don't know if I've ever really necessarily believed it. Today is National Donut Day, and dad bods are rejoicing because there's many places where you can score yourself a free donut. And according to the studies, and they just had another one that came out, they always try to say that women prefer dad bods, and by a lot. The latest survey is saying that it's 70% of women love a dad bod. And I was just like, okay, it's just, but the psychology of it is really kind of weird because women seem to drool over things like Magic Mike. And that's what Andre said. If 70% of women prefer dad bods, then why do they stand in line for hours to watch Magic Mike?
But not every woman is going to stand in line for Magic Mike, and not every woman is into those kind of bodies. I know, I've heard women talk about it. Some of them don't like overly muscular men. It's just not their cup of soda.
I wanted to get down to the psychology of it because I've heard enough of it where women do drool over, oh, he's so hot. And after looking at some of the comments that we've had on the KVJ Show Facebook page, I think it's a couple of things. One, I think that it's a lot of younger girls that are more into the super fit, good-looking dudes. You may be more active. You may be at the beach more often. You may want to have somebody that you can drool over. And then I think part of it, after a while, there are a couple things. One, your conditioning. And some people have made this comment that sometimes guys who are really into their bodies are total jerks. And they start to associate that negative connotation of a ripped dude with a guy who's going to be a jerk and who's going to cheat on me. And then I think the other part of it, too, that I've read from the comments that we had is that your body starts to change too. And you don't necessarily want to have a mom bod or you have a little bit of fluff on you and your guy's totally ripped. And then the entire time you're with this person, you feel really self-conscious and think, oh gosh, he's clearly going to find somebody that's really hot and he's going to leave me.
Yeah, I saw that comment a lot. And the other one too I saw a lot of was, there was a lot of women who just said, I find that body more attractive.
Yeah, if you look even past what I had just said, there were a couple comments that really did say that it's kind of a lifestyle thing. And look, our numbers weren't really off from that study. I would say 70% of the comments that we had on the KVJ Show Facebook page were saying, yeah, I prefer the dad bod. And as you dig into it, here are a couple more reasons. Deborah had said that, you know what, I want somebody that I can go out and I can eat with and I can have snacks with. I love to cook and bake and I love to bring in sauces and all these kind of stuff. And I love desserts. They just call to me. And, you know, you look at somebody like me and I love that stuff. I just wouldn't eat it. So for somebody that eating is a big part of socialization and what they want to do in their free time, having somebody that's like, no, sorry, it's, you know, going to be celery for me or whatever, or just chicken breast. They're not going to be down with that.
Best of both worlds, baby. You can eat junk food and you can eat your pizza, but you also don't want to get to the point where you're unhealthy and you're struggling.
Got to be a good
There's
mix.
a way you can do both.
Yeah.
You're not going to get, chiseled down, but you still can keep some of that weight off.
Yeah, and there was a little bit of that. I think that your lifestyle's got to match up. And if you're a person that does kind of like your snacks and you love going out and you're getting your cocktails, because the cocktails will put a lot of weight on you too, that, you want somebody that'll be kind of down with you. And so you prefer the dad bod because it signals, okay, I've got a companion. I got a partner. I got somebody that's going to be ride or die. It's going to be there with me to have the kind of fun I want to have.
It's the same concept of you are dating a super, super, super hot person who has a lot of options. Sometimes it's just a little bit more comfortable and easier to date someone you're still attracted to, but they may not be a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah. Kate had said, I want a dad bod to match my mom bod. So that was a big thing for her. Another thing just had to do with comfort. Brittany had said, dad bod for me. I like a little squish with my snuggle.
What do you prefer?
It just depends. Like, if you're looking at some eye candy, no, dad bod's not the eye candy. Eye candy is a hot guy, but a lot of times, like that hot guy, it's not attainable for most of us. Sure, if I'm going to a movie, I like to see Magic Mike, but dad bod equals stability, normalcy, love, companionship, and so I think as you get older, the things that you look for in a husband equate more to the dad bod.
I think you nailed it.
A couple of the other ones that I thought were rather interesting of what you want. Brittany had said, a dad bod has always felt safe and good to me. It feels like home.
So are women okay with a guy having a dad bod but no kids? Yes, that's what I got going on.
Yeah, no, that's exactly it. I mean, they were just talking about the types, and I really wanted to delve into the comments, and thank you for your comments, because I think I got a little bit of the psychology of it, and I really do kind of start to believe into those numbers.
They were absolutely around 70-30, maybe even 80-20.
Yeah, maybe. So, and I think that's right. And I think, you probably do have 20 to 30%, especially in South Florida, of the population that's pretty super fit. And they both, I see those couples as, my wife and I, we have our Bloody Marys at Bradley's on Saturday mornings, and we're sitting there drinking as we watch the fit couples running together.
Aren't they annoying? Fit couples that wake up early to run together. It's so
There's
annoying.
a lot of them, but that's their thing. Like, well, I'm so glad I got a companion that's ready to put on spandex and go running.
The whole time they're telling each other, aren't we so much better than everybody else?
Yeah. And then there's a lot of people that just like a little bit in the middle where, Vanya said, I want somebody that's somewhat fit, not ripped, but not overweight.
Well, that goes to the whole thing. I don't think anyone wants to be with someone that completely lets themselves go.
Yeah.
No one wants that. It's unhealthy to do.
You don't want super fit, but you also don't want super fat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Not fit, but not fat.
Yeah, a little moderation seemed to be what the preference was. Yeah, because, and don't get like this twisted, dudes, because you're going to hear this and be going, I'm going to go so pig out this weekend. They don't want you to be obese.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
That's not drawn. This is a little bit of fluff here and there. You don't necessarily look great in swim trunks, but, you're doable. You put a shirt on and you can hide a lot of things.
But I will tell you this, the better a provider he is, and I mean a provider all around, financially, emotionally, with giving her compliments and making her feel good and providing her everything her soul, her mind, her body, her everything needs. The better provider he is, the more he can just let himself go and do whatever he wants.
Hand pies galore, Kev. Hand pies galore.
If he takes care of business, takes care of the bills, takes care of her emotionally, feeds her, whatever her love language is, if he feeds her love language, he can rock whatever kind of body he wants.
I think if you're able to figure out anyone's love language, just people in general, everyone's got certain things they like and that are into, and if you're able to tap into that, I think that works with everybody.
That really is the key.
Yeah.
If you figure out your partner's love language and then you just keep their basket overflowing, you will never have to worry about that person straying, losing their love for you. None of that's going to happen.
I just think if you're able to figure things out, what makes somebody tick, friends, relationships, that's just, you have a better chance of having a stronger relationship.
Teens and screens. Should you let your kids even watch at all? And if you should, just how much time should they be staring at that screen? They did a study that lasted almost 10 years. So there is a ton of research with over 8,000 kids. So they really did their time and put a lot into this. And they have found that there is kind of a sweet spot. They, in their study, discovered that teens and screens and the most well-adjusted teens spend anywhere from 1 to 2 hours online on weekdays and 2 to 3 hours on Saturdays and Sundays. So during the week, 1 to 2 hours, weekends, 2 to 3. And that's where kids seem to be the most well-adjusted. They did say that some screen time is actually good for teens because there were parents like going, well, my kid's not looking at any screens and they're going to be the best adjusted. That doesn't actually work that way. They found out when kids were isolated from screens, a lot of times they had fewer friends and didn't socialize as much.
Well, you can't ignore social media and ignore screens, but you also don't want to overdo it either.
Exactly.
You don't want your kid to be the weird kid at school that go, what's that? It's a computer.
Yeah. So that's why they're saying give them 1 to 2 hours on weekdays, 2 to 3 on Saturdays and Sundays. And that seems to be the sweet spot with where you need to be on that.
On the Saturday and Sundays, does Cannon still wake up and do Saturday cartoons, or is that a dying thing?
No, he wakes up and does his phone. Everything he does is on his phone. And, the odd thing about it is he doesn't really watch anything on TV. The only time his screen is on, and he's got a screen in his room, a flat screen TV, and the only time that's on is when he's playing video games.
Yeah.
Or maybe if he's watching a live sporting event.
I don't watch TV that much anymore either. I've noticed I never have live TV on, ever.
Everything he consumes is on his phone. Yeah, it's just, and I wonder if he's going to keep that up and where that's going to go in the future.
Rocco does that too. Rocco will sit for hours and hours and watch YouTube videos, but he doesn't watch any shows or cartoons necessarily on the big TV.
Is he into Peppa Pig?
He does like Peppa Pig, but he likes, there's these twisted, revamped Peppa Pigs where it takes Peppa Pig and makes Peppa Pig evil.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh
I tell him to turn it off because it's so annoying.
I've got to check this out.
They take Peppa Pig and make like Peppa Pig say like raunchy stuff.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Well, you kind of sold it for me.
Yeah, so there you go. That is the sweet spot on kids. And yeah, it's really just kind of fascinating how much it is changing. So do give them a little bit of screen time.
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. Virginia, take it away. Cause you know we need that Dirt of the Day.
Well, yesterday we played for you the clip of Jada Pinkett Smith referencing for the first time ever anything about that infamous Oscar slap that her husband delivered to Chris Rock. And when she did it, we played a little bit of it yesterday, and we were just kind of like, oh, okay. But I felt like when she was saying it, like, she wasn't really taking any accountability, and a lot of people are like, she doesn't have to take accountability, but does she kind of have to take a little bit of accountability? So Vivica A. Fox yesterday went on Wendy Williams, and now Wendy isn't even there anymore. But Carson Kressley was. And if you know anything about Carson Kressley, he gets a little messy and does not mind.
He wants the tea.
He wants the tea. He will help you spill it. He will walk you right up to the table and tip that tea cup over for you if you need him to. And that's kind of what happened. So Vivica A. Fox was on the Wendy Williams show, and she is kind of saying what we felt yesterday, but nobody said. Vivica's having the balls to say it. Good for you, Vivica.
I've done a movie with both of them. Set It Off with Jada and Independence Day with Will Smith, which absolutely changed my life. When I saw this video last night, it made me cry. I'll be very honest with you guys. Oh, come on, Viv. I really felt to be a partner to Will Smith, whose career basically took a crumble that night. We were all rooting for Will Smith that night. Oscar night, we wanted him to win. Will Smith that night, as far as I was concerned, was going to be crowned this generation's Sidney Poitier, which is a huge honor.
It's so good.
I felt to be a good partner, there was no accountability. Will Smith was defending her honor. That was the reason he walked on stage and slapped, because he felt like his wife had been offended. So for me to see no accountability as a partner. Also, let's not forget that Chris Rock was assaulted. I have love for the Smiths. I know their children. I've watched them grow up. I just wish that we could have had a little bit more accountability, and for it to not seem so self-righteous on Jada's part.
Okay.
Oh, I love this because this is kind of what all of us felt yesterday when we heard what Jada said. And she's talking about, if you heard in her clip, she said that Will and Chris, she hoped they could come together as, you know, strong men, confident men. But she said it like Chris did something wrong. Chris didn't do anything wrong.
Chris doesn't have to do jack sprat.
Chris doesn't have to do nothing because Chris has zero fault or blame or any. Chris was actually such an awesome individual in how he handled this situation. Will and Jada are the ones that need to be begging for Chris to forgive them.
Two things I think that really also on top of everything hurt. I think when his son tweeted out, "This is how we do," or "This is how we," that, and then I think Will Smith celebrating after with his award and dancing and do his own song.
Yeah.
After all that it took a couple of days for people to go, man, that is really what the hell happened here?
It was very interesting to see somebody stand up and say it like Vivica did, but we kind of all had that feeling, but it was like, I don't know how to put this into words, and Vivica put it into words, y'all. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens now. I love her. You go, Vivica.
It's a good performance.
She did a great performance. That is Oscar worthy.
She wants another movie role.
Good job, Vivica. Wow. Somebody else who's in a little bit of drama. You remember Nene from The Real Housewives of Atlanta? Well, she's being sued by a woman who claims that Nene stole her husband. In the state of North Carolina, you can sue for this. Now, not in every state. In Florida, it doesn't work that way. But in North Carolina, you can sue somebody for the downfall of your marriage. And this woman is suing Nene because she says Nene stole her husband right out from under her when they were still in a happy marriage.
I think I like that law. If someone does you wrong, they're cheating on you, you can sue their ass. I kind of stand behind that.
So juicy. So Nene went on social media and she's like, I didn't steal anybody's husband. I would never steal somebody else's problems, honey. So this is getting good.
Do you like that law, Kev?
It's interesting. I'd have to delve into it a little bit more to see all that it says.
Okay, so objection.
I'm not ready to go there yet.
Okay, sustained.
Yeah.
I think that when you marry a man, if that man cheats on you, it's that man's fault.
Yeah.
Not the girl he cheated with.
Right.
But it does make for very juicy gossip and dirt and a lawsuit. So I love the gossip and dirt and lawsuit part of it, but I think it has no basis. I mean, if a man cheats on you, that's his choice.
And I think I misunderstood. I thought you could sue the guy for the person cheating on you.
She's suing the woman.
The
woman that took her man. It's so good. I
don't know how I
love
feel about that.
And finally here, Amber Heard's attorneys are everywhere talking about Amber can't pay. There's no way Amber can pay. And that they think there should be a whole retrial.
We have her lawyer talks about the whole thing.
I love it. She was on all kind of talk shows yesterday.
We had an enormous amount of evidence that was suppressed in this case that was in the UK case. In the UK case, when it came in, Amber won, Mr. Depp lost.
Let me ask you about social media. It was incredibly lopsided and vitriolic against Amber Heard. Do you think that had an effect?
Absolutely.
You think jurors were aware of it?
How can you not? They went home every night. They have families. The families are on social media. We had a 10-day break in the middle because of the judicial conference. There's no way they couldn't have been influenced by it. And it was horrible. It really, really was lopsided. And I appreciate your saying that. I was against cameras in the courtroom, and I went on record with that and had argued against it because of the sensitive nature of this. But it made it a zoo.
Is she able to pay a $10.4 million judgment?
Oh, no, absolutely not.
Wow.
The lawyer doesn't understand that people had eyeballs and heard. We heard what happened. We saw what happened.
We heard Amber say she was hitting Johnny. She admitted on tape that she was hitting Johnny. Did the lawyer not hear that?
Well, isn't that what a good lawyer does too?
She's trying to put us in the spin zone.
Spin zone.
And protect Amber, but I think the court of public opinion got this one right.
They said that there was some stuff that they wanted to get into the court and they weren't able to. There was some stuff about, Johnny had wept when a friend told him, you don't remember roughing up Amber, and that he had kicked her, something along those lines. Maybe he was kind of blackout drunk, and they didn't get that for the jury to hear. They didn't like that the jury was using social media and everything was so lopsided there, favoring Johnny Depp, and said that probably tainted their opinions, and that's part of it.
But they're spinning.
The legal analyst that I heard said, it doesn't really seem like she's got enough to try to even get, it's got to be approved that you're able to even get a a retrial. You can try to.
Here's my question: if that's such a bombshell of a text message, why were they not able to get that?
I didn't hear the ins and outs about why that wasn't allowed in. But it's the same thing about how they had done the interview with what's her name, and Amber Heard said the name, and they were able to, Kate Moss, and they were able to then bring Kate Moss in. So, there were some things that Johnny Depp would have wanted in too, saying we would have loved to have talked to Kate Moss. And thankfully for them, Amber Heard said Kate Moss, so then they were able to call her as a witness. So there were just a lot of mistakes legally. Like I said, this will be a case that'll be studied because it will be fun. But in pre-law classes, they'll look at that because there were things that were jumping off the page at me, and I'm not an attorney, of things that you just do and don't do from, redress and all that kind of stuff.
And Stephanie in the chat room's got a good point. The media supported her and was against Johnny the first time around.
You're right.
They were. It's not like we were.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking back at an old Dirt of the Day that I wrote from 2018. And in it, I was talking like, oh my gosh, all these accusations about Johnny Depp. Like, we can't believe this about Johnny Depp. Who knew Johnny Depp? Like, it was very much the narrative was Johnny did this and we had no idea and we're shocked, but we believed her.
Well, that's not everyone believed her. The other thing too is
that's the way that I wrote the story, because I went back and looked at it and I was like, wow.
No, I'm not saying people didn't believe her, but not everybody believed her. There were some people calling foul on her.
But there was the mass majority in the beginning did believe her.
Well, yeah. The problem is the media made her look like she was a complete innocent victim who did nothing wrong, and that was the narrative for so long. And all you had to do was hear that audio one time to go,
she's not innocent. She's not. Actually super manipulative. Maybe a little borderline personality disorder in there too.
Yeah, if this guy is legit, there's a dude that's claiming to have been a juror in the defamation trial with Amber Heard and Johnny Depp, and he gave what the conversations were like and how they felt. He said that the jurors felt that Amber Heard was unreliable and a gaslighter, and described her as the instigator of the marital violence. He said that they agreed that Heard's claim to have paid $3.5 million, half of her $7 million divorce settlement from Depp to the ACLU, wasn't true, and that was the most damaging aspect of her testimony.
The whole pledge thing. I mean, that with the audio, it sunk her. And the other thing too is, you talk about mannerisms and all that. She would, every time she would answer, she would stare down the jury with her. And someone said, well, that's normal to do in court cases. I don't think it is that normal where you are answering and looking at the jury the whole time. All that stuff plays a factor on how people are picking up your body language.
He said that. This guy who's claiming to be a juror, we don't know if he was or not, he said her constant eye contact made him uncomfortable.
Because it looks like a performance at that point. You're playing to the stage.
Yeah.
Subconsciously, that's what you're thinking.
Yeah, and he also said she came off crazy. So
we watched it too.
I mean, people watched it.
We watched so much of it, and she did come off crazy, y'all.
Now, what we were talking about yesterday is, okay, say she does have to pay, and her attorney's saying that she can't pay. She absolutely could not afford it. I'm seeing some discrepancies on what Amber Heard's net worth is. Celebrity Net Worth has her at $8 million, but there are estimates that she might only have as little as $1.5 million.
Oh, it's going to be a bad go for her.
Yeah.
I mean, where's her house? Where does she live? She might have to sell her house.
They had said she was using her homeowner's insurance or something like that, able to get an equity payment off that to pay her attorneys. Ooh. So apparently she's kind of mortgaging off the farm to try to pay some of the outstanding debts that she has right now. And they also talked to that guy who was a supposed juror about why they didn't give the full $50 million. He said he thought it was an unrealistic amount, and not all the jurors agreed on the amount, so they found the happy medium.
Yeah, there's a million reasons why this trial was so televised and popular. There really is. To Kevin's point, there's going to be a study behind it.
Well, she's not blackballed in Hollywood. There are people that still are on Amber Heard's side. She will work again. She has the ability to make money. I don't know if she's ever going to make, what her potential would have been.
The only thing is, even if you liked Amber Heard and you sided with her, the fact that they have 4 million signatures to get her out of the Aquaman movie, which is a near record for that site, is you always want to go with somebody that people are going to come to the box office to see. You don't do your own personal choices. And I think Amber Heard is damaged goods. Maybe eventually she can turn it around.
I disagree. They'd make her a villain in a big movie, and it is huge. If she's a villain in a big movie.
I don't know that she would play a villain because that's not, I don't think she's emotionally capable of doing that because she doesn't see herself as a villain.
I think you both have points. I think that somebody will give her a chance, but it's not going to be long lasting. It's not going to be this huge blockbuster movie, but you're going to get somebody that wants to make some noise and get publicity, but I don't think she's ever going to get back to where she would want to be.
It won't be the love interest of Aquaman. That level.
Yeah. No, I don't think it will be.
But there's going to be someone that wants to make noise. Oh my God. Well, the same reason why they put people that been in #MeToo cases that there are still, they go, oh, blah, blah, blah's in this movie now just to get a little bit of noise because they wouldn't have anything else with it.
She has money-making potential. She'll have to pay some of this. I don't know if she'll have to pay all of it to Johnny, but they will get her for some of it.
I don't think she's going. I don't think it's going to be that. I don't think she get a lot of opportunities though.
Who knows? We'll stick around and see. And that's what's going on in your dirt.
All right, got a couple celebrity birthdays today. Rafael Nadal, who is still alive, had a big match this last week over Djokovic. He is moving on in the French Open. He's turning 36 today. And by the way, a quick little shout out to Boca Raton's Coco Gauff. I don't know if you saw her. I watched her match yesterday in the French Open, and a big congratulations to her. I mean, she just graduated from high school, and now she's doing all this. She's the 18th seed, and she defeated Martina Trevisan in the semifinals, and she's now playing the number 1 seed, Swiatek, for the championship. That's going to be Saturday morning at 9 a.m. This is her first ever major final, and she's the youngest French Open finalist since 2001. So, way to go for Coco Gauff. It'd be awesome if she could do this. But this Swiatek is, I don't know, won like 34 matches in a row or something like that. Something that hasn't been done since Serena Williams. So, the girl's got a hot hand. So, she'll have her hands full on Saturday, but it's really awesome she's in her first major. Also, Anderson Cooper is turning 55 years old today. Happy 21st birthday shout out to Marissa, celebrating in New York City this weekend. That's from your mama, Lucy. And we also got Gabriella turning 9. Happy birthday from Mommy, Daddy, Nino, and Gianna. We got a photo of her there on KVJ TV.
Aww.
Got a birthday and you want to get a shout out? Let us know. Mail at kvjshow.com. MAIL at kvjshow.com. All right, time once again for the Birdie Birdie Game. Jaybird's got the belt. He is the champ.
Yeah, where my birdies at? Quack, quack.
All right, all right. He ended Virginia's 2-game win streak with that big W last week. Overall, Virginia's still in the lead, 7. Myself and Bird are tied with 6, so it is it's tight these days.
Look at this.
Oh, yeah. And I'm taking this belt on the RV with me.
Yep. Okay, we're going to start off with Virginia, and her partner is Stephanie here from Stewart. Hello, Stephanie.
Hi, guys.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing fantastic. All right, Virginia's going to give you the clues for movies. You can't use any of the actors' names, characters' names, or any of the words from the title of the movie, okay?
Okay.
All right, let's do this.
Good luck. This is a championship round.
Mm-hmm. And also the other side note, no clues in Espanol.
Or French.
That's okay. Yes, you're right. Or French, or any language, even Swahili.
C'est si bon.
Mm-hmm. Okay, here we go. 60 seconds on the clock. Your time begins now.
It's a golf movie, and the guy from Price is Right's in it.
Billy Madison?
Pass. She's evil. It's a Disney movie. She's in all black. She's my favorite actress.
Maleficent?
Yes. This is the guy that brings your Amazon. He brings your packages. He brings your UPS.
Delivery driver?
But it's not a woman. It's a...
Delivery man?
Yes. 7, 11, the ones that you pick for your lotto. These are called your what?
Lucky numbers?
Yes. Pass on that one. Pass on that one. He rides a horse. He's got a friend who's he's a cowboy. His friend's an Indian. He's what? He's an old show from the 50s.
Pass.
The Lone
Ranger.
And Happy Gilmore was that first one.
How many was that? 3?
Oh,
3 spot.
Got a 3 spot.
sorry.
It's okay.
Is that enough to win the tournament, Kevin? I don't know.
Okay. All right, let's see here. The three, trust me, 3 has won before. You could be completely fine. All right, we got Olivia on the line here from Wellington. Hello, Olivia.
Hi.
Okay,
Hi.
you ready for this?
We're ready.
Okay. All right, let's do it here. I'm going to give you the clues to the movies. 60 seconds on the clock in the No-Name movie game. Our time begins now. They say blank now. It's a peaceful state. You're in what? A state of calm.
What?
State of calm. What's another way of saying calm? Blank now. This word now. Pass. Okay.
No idea. Skip.
Okay,
Pass.
all right. It is where you take all the Greek gods and they're fighting with each other. They call them what? The Tennessee Blankets. Their football team is called what? The professional team is
Titans.
yes. And when they all
Remember the Titans.
when they all smash into each other, no, they're smashing into each other. They're coming together to fight. That's what? Pass.
No clue.
Okay, it is. We got a storm. June 1st starts what? When we get the rain, it's called what? Bad storms are called what?
Hurricane season.
Yes. Okay.
Hurricane
She's so ugly you chew your arm off.
Can't
That
say
is-
ugly.
Okay. Okay. It's a kid that's not strong, and he's writing stuff down about his life. He writes in this book. It's called what? He's a wimpy.
Diary of
shoot.
a Wimpy Kid.
Okay, Diary of a Wimpy. Okay, he flies off into space. It's an Elton John song. A pass. All right. Okay, it is. Jeez. Got dose. Sorry about that.
Oh.
Rocket Man,
We could
Diary
go.
of a Wimpy Kid, and Clash of the Titans is the one.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. That was all on me, Olivia. Bad round today. Bad Kevin.
Oh, boy. It's the witch versus the bird. Oh, my gosh.
Okay. Okay. Let's see here. You've got to beat just 3. It could hold up. Bird, don't let it hold up. Come on, man. Make this a streak.
This would be such a big win. We're going on the RV trip together. If the witch flosses the belt on the trip, my soul can't bear that.
Okay, 60 seconds on the clock. Your time
Wait,
begins.
who's my partner?
Oh, I'm sorry, Jen from Palm City.
I mean, the
Good
sabotage.
morning.
Hello, Jen. Sorry about that. Too much going on.
That's
over here.
okay.
All right, 60 seconds on the clock. You ready for this, Jen?
I am.
Okay. All right, here you go. No name movie game with the bird. Your time begins now.
Pass. They live up in space. They come down to visit us. Just singular. Take me.
Martian Man,
No,
the Martian.
take me to me. Take you to my meter. I believe in them. It's just singular. They live up in.
Alien.
Yeah, you singular. You got it. Okay. Pass, Dennys.
Alien.
I can't. I keep remembering something. Did this happen before? Did this happen before? I keep remembering. It keeps happening to me.
Deja vu.
Yes. Not 10 and not 8. It's a football term. Not.
9 yards.
Yeah, but the name of the movie is what? The entire.
The longest yard.
No.
9 yards.
The pass. The blank of youth. Blank of youth. The blank of youth. Fill in the blank.
Innocence.
No, the pass. He is a army vet. They mess with him. He talks like this. He's an army vet.
Rambo.
Yes. They killed themselves. They loved each other. They were young.
Got 3. It's a tie. Overtime, baby.
The stress.
Oh, man. Oh, man. What?
He pulled a muscle. Are you holding your ribs?
I pulled a rib. It's all good. I pulled a riblet.
All right, back to Stephanie here in Stewart.
This is a very physically excruciating game, Stephanie.
Oh, my riblets.
All right.
and giblets.
Are you ready for this, Stephanie?
Sure.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, I
You did
think.
good. You did so good.
think.
I know your confidence was
Nathan has me
low.
riled up from that.
You did good.
Okay, here we go. We've got 10 seconds on the clock now in the No Name Movie game. Your time begins now.
Pass. One more than 2, and they also have an infant. It's dudes.
3 babies, 3 men and a baby.
Yes.
I got that one on the buzzer.
Oh, at the buzzer.
Oh, dang.
Why are you holding your riblet when I got one? You weren't even competing. Did your riblet hurt on my one?
It's just it's a little tender to breathe.
Okay, Bird, you got to get 1 to stay in it, 2 for the win here with Jen in Palm City.
Come on, Ribsy.
I'm on the ropes, Kev. My riblets are really strong.
He's holding his rib
I know, he hurt
like
himself.
he just ran 5 miles.
Yeah, poor guy.
It's something else.
All right, here you go. 10 seconds in overtime begins now.
Pass, Dennys. He is a police officer made of metal. He talks like this. Yes.
Ribsy.
Oh, Ribsy.
He unplugged his headphones right as he was starting the first clue.
Oh, that's terrible timing.
So Ribsy was flying blind.
It was rough.
Oh, man. Okay.
This riblet injury is really taking its toll.
All right, we go back to Stephanie here for double overtime.
Oh, my.
Another 10 seconds on the clock. Get ready. Your time begins now.
Pass. Pass. Bad kid that gives you trouble. They call this person a what? At school, he's been labeled a...
Troublemaker.
Oh.
Yes.
Problem child.
Problem child. Okay. That's no, boy. It could turn out as another win for the Bird if he gets 1 here.
Oh, please. Gosh, I need it.
The ribs.
I worked
We
for
can
this.
do this.
We can do this.
Okay. All you got to do is get 1 in 10 seconds, Bird. That's it.
Dennys, I'm jumping on you.
Okay. All right, here we go. Your time begins now.
Pass. Pass. The opposite of an infant girl is what? A small girl.
Oh, man.
Oh, it was terrible.
Oh, no, got nothing.
I just crapped the bed. My gosh. What?
Oh,
that's on me.
no.
I blew it. I got riblets in the brain.
Oh,
His
man.
ribs are affecting his performance.
I've never seen anybody get physically hurt doing this game.
Look at him.
I know.
Dennys, we gotta get an ace bandage. Your boy's in pain.
It's
He's
all right.
out.
It's all right. This is a championship round. That's what happens.
Okay. All right, here we go. Back to Stephanie for another 10-second round. All right. Stephanie, are you ready for this?
I'm going to try, Virginia.
You got this, girl.
Okay, here we go. Triple overtime starts now.
Pass. It's all the playthings come to life. It's a cartoon. There's been several.
Story.
Yes. He tickles the ivories.
Oh, Toy Story got.
Okay, you got 1 in there.
Good
Will
job.
that be
Good job.
enough? Okay.
I got 1.
Pressure's back on Bird
How
to
you
get
feel,
at
Rib?
least 1.
I know Rocky feels.
Okay. All right, Jen, are you ready? You get 2, you win. You need 1 to stay alive, okay?
I'm ready.
Jen, I'm gonna go quick, okay?
Just like in bed.
All right, let's stay focused.
All right, 10 seconds begins now.
They put this on the actor in the main part of the stage. It brights up. It's called what?
Spotlight.
Yes. No one puts her in the corner.
Green Candy.
Oh, after the buzzer.
Oh,
4 overtimes.
Oh, my God.
Oh, the ribs, Kevin.
This is like a
4
15
overtimes.
Take him out, coach.
15-round boxing match.
This might kill him.
Oh, my gosh. Okay. All right, here we go. Stephanie, back to you. 4th overtime. No-name movie game.
Kevin, I'm sorry.
Oh, my gosh. The intensity is there. Okay, here we go. 10 seconds on the clock. Your time begins now.
Pass. It's 1 more than 7th. It's the next class up. It's called
8.
But
Eighth
what?
grade.
Yes.
Right at the buzzer. Oh, right at the buzz.
Oh.
It's a shot right to the heart, Dennys.
Okay. All right, pressure back on the bird to get one.
Is that where your heart is? Oh, I hope that's not your heart.
No, it's on my other side.
Okay.
Yeah, I pulled a rib. It's riblets. All right, here we go.
Because if you're having a heart attack and we're not even like taking you to get medical attention because we want to finish the
We wanna make
game,
sure the game gets on.
that is pretty messed up.
I told Dennys the other day, being an honor to die in the air.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
I forgot how that came up, but he did say that.
It sometimes gets
It'd be an
started.
honor.
Kind of like Braveheart.
Okay, here we go. 10 seconds. Your time begins now.
They put them together. It's a toy. Clink, clink. I put them together. A building. What?
Jigsaw.
No, the other one. Click, 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 click. Oh, click. A building. No, it's a thing. No.
Oh, no.
Damn it.
Oh, back to Virginia goes the belt. Oh, bird. Clink, 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 clink.
She couldn't get that from. Click, 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 click.
Oh, no.
It hurts to laugh.
Oh, man.
I think he needs medical attention.
I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. All right. Well, Stephanie, well done. Congratulations. You got the win and get the belt back to Virginia.
Wow, Stephanie, that was hard fought, girl.
Nice work.
Nice work is right.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
There you go. All right, Virginia, how's it feel to be the champ again?
I mean, it feels great, but I just feel bad for the bird.
Don't feel
He
bad.
puts a lot into it.
Don't feel bad. It's because I'm out of shape. It's my own fault.
And it's not going to get better today because it's free donut day. So.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. No, that's true. That's true. Well, you were asking Bird about movie theater snacks and what I go for. They've actually surveyed the people now. Fandango did the hard lifting on this. No surprise, 83% of people go for movie theater popcorn. Not surprised by that.
Yeah, it's always going to be the top dog.
What do you think is the favorite overall candy, and it's chocolate-based?
Snickers.
Gonna go Snickers?
Or no.
Okay.
Reese's peanut butter.
Reese's peanut butter cups. Okay, that is incorrect. You got a guess, Virginia?
Overall top chocolate?
Overall top chocolate at a movie theater, yeah.
M&M's.
Peanut M&Mms, yeah, number one. Virginia knows her snacks.
How insulting.
It's been a rough 10 minutes for the bird.
Yeah, just stacking up the losses, aren't you?
I mean, Ribsy is going to spiral into
He's building a lost house over here, one brick at a time.
so many losses in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
You might break him.
Twizzlers is the top non-chocolate based candy.
I get that. I think kids like to bite down on the Twizzler and then use it as a straw for their soda.
Makes your mouth happy.
Great
That's right.
Great for the teeth.
72% do go for a Coke. Either regular diet or Coke Zero is the top drink choice.
Coke Zero.
That's my jam right there. No sugar, baby.
It feels like I'm drinking like chemicals. Oh, I don't like it.
Oh, you like that sugar?
I do. I prefer real sugar. I don't do it often. I barely ever indulge in soda, but when I do, damn it, give me the real sugar.
Okay.
I've seen it happen. I saw it happen back in 2007. She had a soda. I'm not even kidding you.
Okay.
It's in my snack files.
All right. They say 58% prefer a mix of sweet and salty snacks.
Oh, yeah.
To me, that's the best. I
Yeah.
love a sweet and salty.
And a lot of people do that. Almost half of people will put some kind of candy in their popcorn. It's about half of people will do that.
Yeah, I like it.
Fat Kevin, you were a popcorn guy? Big. That's right. I asked you that before.
Yeah, that's why I brought into this, because you're grilling me on my popcorn choices. And they said 55%, and I'm in there, would like to see healthier and more vegan options at the theater. Please.
It's coming. You're going to see your pita and your hummus at the movie theater.
He's going to want keto corn, popcorn that's keto.
Could I have a bucket of celery, please? Make it a large.
That's right.
A side of sadness.
Celery and a water.
Can I have a thing of tears to dip it in?
I would be so bummed out. I'm going to the theater. You got to keep it keto, bro. Oh, man.
What?
Granny, you got to keep your herpes to yourself. Stop giving them to all the damn kids. This actually is a problem that is going on here, and somebody is not very happy in the email they sent to us. It says, my ex-mother-in-law is kissing all the kids on the mouth when she sees them, and now my daughter has got a cold sore. And so do most of her cousins. I told my ex years ago, you need to keep your mom's face away from my daughter when they visit because this could happen. But in her family, I guess it's okay to kiss on the mouth. And now my daughter's going to have to deal with cold sores for the rest of her life. I get it, Grandma's happy to see all the kids, but she just infected all the kids with herpes.
Oh my gosh.
I am seriously pissed at my kid's grandmother for doing this to her, and I want to call her, but I promised my ex that I wouldn't. I'm just worried that my ex is not going to handle it, and Grandma's not going to get confronted. I mean, it's a little late now for my daughter, but she still could spread her lifelong virus to most of the kids in the family, and there are still a few left that she hasn't yet infected. Should a sit-down happen before she destroys their mouths for life?
Yes. You can kill a baby. You can give a baby herpes and kill a baby by kissing a baby. That is real. Go look it up.
Mm-hmm. You should always confront and sit down with somebody that's wreaking havoc in your life.
I mean,
she's gonna do it. She's gonna keep doing it. She's so many kids are getting it now.
Yeah, so this is one of those situations where typically I'm like, let the person closest to them handle it, but that person's not handling it. So at that point, I mean, I guess it is too late for your own daughter.
I would have handled this many years ago.
I think he thought it was going to be handled, and it clearly wasn't. And then he sees a cold sore on his daughter's mouth, and he's like, let me guess, you kissed Grandma or Grandma kissed you? And she's like, yep. And he's like, that's why he's flipping out at his ex and saying, I told you to handle this. I didn't want her to get it. Now it's too late. And, you know, you do have a couple other kids that don't have it.
I absolutely confront Grandma, and it gets loud.
Okay.
Grandma can kill a baby by doing this. This is no joke.
But Grandma just can't be kissing people with open wounds and spreading stuff.
You can't kiss anybody ever again because obviously you don't understand when you're infectious and when you're not, and when you can't be trusted. Keep your lips off of all of us, kid, adult, anybody.
Yeah.
You're just. You're an a-hole.
I remember back in, I believe, 7th or 8th grade, a big debate. The teacher teaching who was in health class, and she was talking about how you can get a herpes from a glass, and then some kids said it's not true, that's a myth, and they started getting into this big debate.
That's absolutely true.
Yeah, the teacher was right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can absolutely do that because I know somebody who gave it to their kid that way.
Wow.
But does that happen often? And wouldn't restaurants constantly be in lawsuits about cups giving?
That's why you got to use a straw.
But wouldn't everyone be getting herpes on the reg all the time on the lips at restaurants? Because you know restaurants don't always clean their glasses.
Hopefully a lot of times they do. Because I would think you would notice if somebody hasn't cleaned a glass.
If you just rinse a glass, I think you can just rinse it right off.
And is there a time period of, you know, let's say you have a cold sore on your lip, you put it to the glass, and you leave the glass out for 30 minutes. Once it hits the air, is there a time period where it's not contagious anymore?
I don't know. I don't know what that would be, but I know that it's possible to get it from a cup.
It makes you want to just kind of drink from your hands.
Well, that's why you get a straw. Seriously, when you're out and about, get a straw that you open from a paper wrapper, and then you don't have to worry.
It is pretty gnarly if you have to drink out of a... You got to always use a straw. If they don't have a straw, what's that restaurant doing?
Straw it up.
I just think it's interesting they knew that Granny had herpes, had the cold sores.
I think it's interesting they let it go on this long, that several kids have got it from Grandma.
That's why he's upset. No. Yeah, in fact, he said, why is this nasty-ass European tradition still a thing? Stop kissing family on the mouth.
I would have stepped in long ago.
Well, does the grandma not know she's got herpes? Because it's messed up if you know, if you have it and you've had it for a while. To Virginia's point, you should know when you're contagious, when you're not. If you're the grandma, you've been living with this for a while, that's not cool.
You are a terrorist.
Yeah.
If you're going around and you don't care that you're spreading this to children, you are a terrorist. And if Grandma wouldn't stop kissing kids, I would get violent with her. That's how serious I would be about this.
Okay, so you're no joke on this.
I am no joke. What the hell?
For anyone that wants to call Virginia's bluff, I do want to remind you, she has a bout called The War on the Shore with her ex-mother-in-law.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
Hands have been thrown before.
Oh, yeah. No, she has. Okay, so...
Over way less.
Well, someone said, Virginia's not going to do anything. I'm like, dog, you don't know the whole... You got to listen to the whole decades of shows.
So, Bird, do you think that this guy needs to go confront Grandma?
Yes, you can't let bad behavior win, especially when it's ruining. It's ruining things.
This is not fair to do this to kids. This is awful.
How many people do you know, though? I think it's impressive that he knows that Grandma has herpes and it's been a concern for a while. It's almost like a herpes hit list. Do you have a herpes hit list that has more than 3 people on it? 3 people you know has the herpes and you definitely would never kiss them on the lips?
Well, I think it's more common than people realize, first of all.
Sure.
But I think there's ways you can be smart about it, too, to where you're not contagious.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to understand that if you have any chance of being contagious, you got to protect children around you. You don't kiss them. Oh.
Somebody said, I'm pretty sure 3/4 of the population has herpes.
So there's a stat.
I think it's over the age of 50. It's something like that.
Well, and then it turns into shingles.
You got to keep in mind, I think there's different kinds, too. There's different variants out there.
I think a lot of people don't realize they have it, and they have it.
Yeah, I think it is one of those things where there's a chance you were a kid, you might have had a cold sore, don't even realize it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, they say that more than 3.7 billion people under the age of 50, 67% of the population are infected with herpes simplex virus type 1.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's a lot more common than people realize. And to Virginia's point, I think it can lie dormant with a lot of people.
Right.
And then I think you can have an outbreak and then never have one again, possibly.
Right, that's true.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so really, maybe we need to just re-examine like how many people we are kissing on the mouth. And especially, do these kids really want to get a mouth kiss from Grandma?
No, nobody wants that.
That'd be terrible. My grandma would kiss me on the cheek. I can't imagine if my grandma would come in for a mouth kiss.
You gotta be careful if you're giving mouth kisses and overly wet kisses. The Rhode Island family need to listen up to this.
Okay.
There's a lot of times they give you these weak, very wet, odd kiss right by the cheek/lip, and it was the kind of wetness that it would stay on your.
It's gummy.
I could feel it 20 minutes later.
It's gummy.
Yeah, I had an uncle up there that would. Like, stop! No, you're wet.
Wet Uncle Carl.
No, you're wet.
You're wet and you're warm, dog.
He said, "No, you're wet."
Ugh.
That's gnarly.
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. Virginia, take it away, because you know we need that Dirt of the Day.
He is not going down without a fight. I don't know. Matthew Morrison is now saying, hey, I have nothing to hide. Let me read you the text message that got me fired.
We have the audio.
Okay, so he doesn't show the text message. There's no screenshot. There's no conversation where you see the camera on his phone. He's reading the message, so I think it would help his credibility if he would have shown the screenshot. That's just me.
Well, it's easy to find if you're deleting stuff or not.
Of course.
So,
and it's easy to not read a few things when you're reading it if you don't want. I mean, there had to be a reason why they fired him, right?
He claims we have audio. This is what he's saying is going down.
All right, here's Matthew Morrison.
It's really unfortunate that I have to sit here and defend myself and my family against blatantly untrue statements made anonymously, but I have nothing to hide. So in the interest of transparency, I will read to you the one message that I wrote to a dancer on the show. Hey, it's Matthew. If you don't mind, would love to get your number and talk you through some things. The end. I sent this because this dancer and I both share a mutual respect for a choreographer that I've known for over 20 years, and I was trying to help her get a job as a choreographer on the show. It's devastating that we live in this world where gossip rules and people's lives are being thrown around as clickbait. I think this is much bigger than me and this story. Gossip is toxic and it is destroying our society, and we need to do better.
Okay, do better.
Uh-oh. He threw out the proverbial do better.
Yeah.
I'm going to be over here. I'm going to do butter.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, if that's all he wrote, is that constituting... They called it flirty and inappropriate. But what do you think? Is that flirty and inappropriate?
That doesn't sound like it's... I mean, now what followed? If that's all it was and there's no other weirdness, yeah, that's weird to get fired for just that.
she, the contestant that received that message, had gone to the producer of the show, and she said that it made her uncomfortable, and then that's when he was fired.
Well, I mean, I don't know the situation. I wasn't there. I don't know if this guy's being a creep the whole time.
Well, none of us were there, but we like to judge without having all the information. That's what we do here at the Dirt of the Day.
But I could see myself texting somebody that there's no show me where the flirting's at or the inappropriateness is.
If he did anything, he left it a little too ambiguous, and then they filled in all the gaps, but it's not fair to fill in all the gaps the way they did.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's either way. It's just too ambiguous to go, you are a creep or you're not a creep. If it's legit.
Yes,
if that's all legit.
If that's all that happened, and we don't know, so
I mean, I imagine if you're doing something shady and you're deleting text messages and you think they're not going to find out, where have you been hiding?
And why are you so dumb?
You clearly do not watch murder specials.
They find everything.
Everything.
Well, Sarah Jessica Parker opened up and talked a little bit about the beef with her and Kim Cattrall. And she said, I really never wanted to talk about this. It's never been a fight on my end, so it was always painful for me to hear people call it a cat fight or a fight. She says, I've never uttered fighting words in my life about anybody that I've worked with ever. There's not a fight. There was no public dispute or allegations or fights that made. This is just one person talking, and I'm not going to tell her to talk. So this has been very painful for me, but I've never had anybody that I've ever worked with ever say these things about me.
Gosh, they hate each other so much.
Yeah, it is crazy.
And they act like they don't hate each other. No, we don't hate each other. Y'all hate each other.
Yeah, I mean, if you're still talking about it's all anybody ever wants to talk to Sarah Jessica about or Kim Cattrall about. It is brought up every single time, so they have to address it every single time.
Kev, I talked a lot of trash about the reboot and Just Like That.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited for season 2.
You can't wait.
I love to hate watch it.
And good news, Derek Huff is engaged. He and his dancy TikTok girlfriend that are always doing some cute, adorable dance on TikTok have been dating for 7 years, and they just got engaged. So good for them. And that's what's going on in your dirt.
Well, last night they had the Scripps National Spelling Bee Spell Off. It went down. 14-year-old Harini Logan won the first ever spell off that they had last night.
I could spell Logan. I can't spell Harini.
Yes. Yeah, we would struggle with Harini.
She went head-to-head with 12-year-old Vikram Raju.
Another one that I would struggle with.
Vikram, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they got 90 seconds to see how many words they could spell correctly. And with her win, Harini got a trophy and a check for $50,000.
Wow.
But is it $50,000 in educational supplies, or is it really the green?
I think it's a real check, dog.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Okay.
You're going to get no check today.
Yeah.
Just know that.
Can I get spell check?
You're doing this for the love of the game, baby.
That's it.
Checked.
So who do you think would win a spell off between Virginia and Jaybird?
I'm not winning a lot today.
Oh.
And I'm drinking.
Yeah.
I'm a riblet.
The first word is riblet.
The ribs still don't. It still hurt.
It's been a rough morning.
Okay, so you're going to get 60 seconds on the clock. We'll start with Virginia. Jaybird, you'll go second. All right, are you ready, Virginia?
Okay, I'm writing these down.
Oh, we're writing?
Oh, I'm saying them out loud.
Yeah, you spell them out loud.
Okay.
So what's going to happen, we're going to hit the clock.
Okay.
I'm going to say the word.
Okay.
And then you spell it. And if you spell it correctly, you get a point.
Okay.
I knew that, Kevin, and I'm the one drinking.
How do you know I'm not drinking?
That's a good point.
Here's what it sounded like when they did it, Virginia, to give you an idea.
Okay.
Hontish.
H-O-T-T-I-S-H.
Malbrook.
M-A-L-B-R-O-U-C-K.
Ornithorhynchus.
O-R-N-I-T-H-O-R-H-Y-N-C-H-U-S.
Nyandabai.
N-A-N-D-U-B-A-Y.
Moorhen.
M-O-O-R-H-E-N.
Vikram, during the spell-off, you correctly spelled a total of 15 confirmed correct words. Harini, you correctly spelled a total of 21 confirmed correctly. That means that Harini, you are the 2022 Scripps National Spelling Bee champion. Congratulations.
I like the new rule. I like it.
It's kind of fun, right?
It's definitely more fun.
Okay.
Speed round. So it's all about how fast can you spell. So you got to be accurate and quick.
And some people don't do well with the clock.
Us.
Okay, I'm going to be reading the words. Dennys is going to be confirming that they're spelled correctly, and Suits is going to be counting up how many you get correct.
Whoa, this is very official.
Oh, it is.
We got all hands on deck.
All hands on deck to do
We
this.
got a lot of eyeballs watching this, Nikki.
Okay, are you ready, Virginia?
I don't know. I hope so.
Spelling bee, spell off. 60 seconds on the clock. Gradual.
Gradual.
Ferocious.
Ferocious.
Frequently.
Frequently.
Permission.
Permission.
Towel.
Towel.
Sunday.
Sunday.
Ornament.
Ornament.
Organza.
Organza.
Fragile.
Fragile.
Complaint.
Complaint.
Grumbling.
Grumbling.
Reactionary.
Reactionary.
Muscular.
Muscular.
Accurate.
Accurate.
Illusionist.
Illusionist.
Levity.
Levity.
Ooh,
Okay.
there's one in there. I accidentally hit one on. So Suits, you would just subtract one from my count.
Yeah. How many did Virginia get correctly? How many dings did you get, Suits?
Is compiling. He said 15.
15 correct in 60 seconds.
Okay, guys. I'm heading to the vending machine.
You're leaving? He threw in the headphones.
Vending machine. VENDING.
Did he quit?
You did really well, Virginia. I think he did quit.
Oh, he's not going to play?
No.
Oh, okay.
Let's do my comedy.
He's doing an act.
Oh,
Doing
okay.
shtick.
Look at him. He's dressed like he's in a movie, so he's in here acting.
I'm doing comedy, kid. Probably I threw my head. It was a whole thing.
You look like you're in a bad summer school movie.
I do not disagree with you.
The movie Summer School, actually.
I look like I just came out of 1987.
But it's Summer School, the movie, the local community theater production.
It's Summer School 2.
You too, Dennys?
You too, Dennys?
Pile on, Dennys. It's fun.
Okay. And our spelling bee spell off. Virginia got 15 words correctly in 60 seconds.
Please tell him one of his words is ribsy.
I'm walking into sudden death. There's nothing good that's going to happen from this segment. I really should have gone to the vending machine.
Okay, here we go. Bird, are you ready for your spell off?
N-O.
Okay, you go. Ding. Okay. Here we go. Moisture.
M-O-I-S-T-U-R-E.
Astute.
E-S-T-U-D-T.
Sluggard.
Slugger? S-L-U-G-G-E-R. Sluggard?
Sluggard.
S-U-S-L-U-G-G-E-R-D?
Bedlam.
B-E-D-L-O-M.
Opinionated.
O-P-I-O-N-I-A-T-E-T. O-P-I. Oh, my God. O-P. I got to write it down. O-P-I-O-N. Opinion. Aided. A-T-E-T-I. Next.
Next.
Parenthetic.
P-A-R-T-H-E. Pathetic. Pathetic. Say it again.
Parenthetic.
Pair. P-A-R-E-N-T-H-T-I-C. Pathetic.
Dwindled.
I'm not hearing any dings. D.
Were you waiting for the ding on that last one?
I don't know.
What about dongs? Have you heard any of those?
I'm a pencil notepad man.
I didn't hear any ding on that last one.
Kevin, my dings aren't working. Kevin, my headphones dings.
Is the bell broken?
The dings aren't working, Kevin.
I could feel Virginia's eyes. I could hear the snickering.
It just got too big.
It was too big. It was too public.
Yeah.
It was a bad move.
Here's why you shouldn't have a beer before your spelling bee.
Just for the record, none of the kids in the spelling bee were drinking. In case anybody was wondering.
You're right. It doesn't help.
No. Spelling is hard, man. You can't have a beer and spell.
It
And
is
you
a
can't.
challenge.
As soon as you mess up one letter, you go,
It just, yeah.
wait a minute.
It
It's a snowball.
Was that a T? Did I say I?
What? What's going on here?
I gotta tell you that I had great fun doing
Kevin,
it.
I'm not hearing any dings. I think your bell is broken.
Well, it was met with a lot of silence. It was a lot of silence.
Silent, and everybody kind of turned their head like confused.
I don't do well when things get too silent.
He's producer Dennys, and he knows when you're high. He's producer Dennys, and he's one hell of a guy.
Oh, yeah, he is. And this dude has got a superpower. He can determine when people are high when they're not just listening to their voice.
To Dennys.
All right, Bird cracking another beer. All right, John's not going to like that either.
John, I don't know what to tell you, dog. I got a road trip. I'm obviously not driving.
If you're wondering what it
Obviously.
is, we got an email we read on our After the Show podcast from one of our listeners, and we do thank you for the feedback, but John is not a fan of the drinking and weed smoking activities that are discussed on the show.
So he's going to hate this next 20 minutes.
The good news is he fast forwards them, so you do have that feature when you listen to the podcast.
I'm liking how Kevin's making this guy famous.
He is famous. Absolutely. We appreciate that feedback. Okay, we're going to start off with Aaron here in Green Acres. Hello, Aaron.
What's up, KVJ?
How you doing there, Aaron?
What's going on, guys?
I don't think he heard you, Kevin.
Yeah.
Or maybe he did, and he was a little slow.
Okay.
I love it.
All right. Is he high or is he acting? That's what Denny's going to figure out here. Okay, what questions do you have for Aaron today, Denny's?
All right, Aaron. If a food fight to the death broke out, what food are you grabbing?
Oh, my gosh. That is a good question.
A food fight to the death? Maybe like a coconut, because they're really hard.
And they have a high kill count anyway.
Yeah, they
that's
already
true.
got a kill.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what would work, a rib
And then-
bone.
He's got more.
And then after we're done, we can drink the juice, maybe?
Yeah.
Oh,
there's,
yeah.
There's that coconut water inside.
Or you make a pina
Kevin,
colada.
that's keto-friendly, right?
Blame
That's
it
keto
on
friendly,
the
right?
juice,
Oh, I'll go for it. Why
blame
not?
it on
I love
the
coconut juice.
baby.
What do you go with, Kev?
I'm with him. I'm not going to argue with Aaron. This guy's got clear wisdom. Stick with the winner, baby.
All right, Aaron, if you were a pirate, what would be your pirate name?
If I was a pirate, I'd Smoky Mad Pot, the pirate.
Smoky Mad Pot. It
All
rolls off
right.
the tongue.
I'm gonna go with Breadbeard.
Bread
Oh, that's
beard.
pretty good.
Beard's
Beard.
good, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Be like Scurvy Dave.
Scurvy Dave.
Scurvy Dave and Breadbeard. I like the sound of
Scurvy
that.
loves that curvy.
Yeah.
Oh, get it,
Yeah.
Scurvy. Get it, Scurvy.
And final one here. Which kids cartoon would have the tastiest characters?
Oh, Dennys.
I know.
That's
Sorry.
hard.
Oh, my God.
That's the last one I wrote.
Wow. Did Matthew Morrison give you that question?
Which cartoon would have the tastiest characters? I'm not maybe like the Care Bears, because like they're all different colors, so they all might have different tastes. Like,
Don't argue
I'm not
that.
sure.
Yeah.
Call me sick and twisted, but I want to eat Smurfette. Is that...
Dude.
Sorry.
That's a beer
Let
talking.
me put the beer
The sun
on.
hasn't even come up yet.
Sorry. That's not what I... Never know, my God. Kevin, I apologize. Send me home.
Take the podcast, bro.
Send me home. You're right. What am I doing?
It's a little aggressive.
It was a lot. It was a lot. I apologize.
All right, Denny's, what is your verdict here on Aaron?
I'm getting a not high vibe from Aaron.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm getting, I don't know, I'm getting a little bit of a tricky vibe, like he's trying to trick me here.
Okay.
More so than I am getting high.
Okay. Aaron, are you high or not?
Yes, I am. I'm smoking dabs as we speak.
Oh, he tricked me.
He tricked you.
With bad acting, I think he okay.
Gosh, Aaron got me.
It's a strategy.
Oh,
It's
man.
a good strategy.
Wow.
Wow.
And I'm jealous. He's hitting the dabs.
I didn't think he was high either.
Tricky Aaron got me.
Have you played before?
Yes, and he found out that I was high. So this is, I guess, revenge, if you want to call it.
Okay, so you switch it up a lot.
Switch it up, got me.
He's been thinking about this since the loss.
Yeah.
He came for you.
Listen,
Revenge.
He's ruined the day.
Can we get Dennys to wear a dress like every day? I need that big beat.
Oh, man.
I
That
need
was
that big
something,
beat in our
huh?
life every day.
I mean,
Wow.
you are
Eater.
you're mirroring the sentiment of every female in the office here. They were
And a few
loving it.
males. And a few males.
A few males.
Yes.
Sure.
You get quite the reputation right here, Denny's.
Yes. Put a dress on.
Thank
Seriously,
you, Aaron.
Denny's, you can have that dress because it looks way better on you than I ever was able to rock it.
My boy is the talk of the office, and there ain't nothing peaceful about that dress.
Well, good job, Aaron.
You guys are the best. You guys
Okay.
are the best. Thank you, guys.
Oh, we love you.
Oh,
at
it's
that.
tricky.
Always such a nice people play this game.
Wow.
He was good.
He was
'cause
very
I didn't
good.
think he was high either. Dang.
But what I
That was a
love,
ruse.
this was a revenge story.
It
Yeah.
was.
He studied, he practiced, he had
Yeah.
a whole thing.
Like the
He
gangs
came
in
back.
New York.
Well, but the thing is, he's high every time, I think. So that's kind of his act, right? Was
Yeah.
he high the last
But
time?
Yeah,
he
he was
knew
high
how
last
to.
time.
He knew how to act not high, but like he was acting.
He deliberately was trying to act like somebody who tries to act high.
Okay.
And it's a great strategy.
Oh, it's-
I mean, wow. We're not, Aaron.
He's playing chess, y'all. We're playing checkers.
Checkmate.
Okay, we're going to move on to Mark here in Coconut Creek. Hello, Mark.
What's up, KVJ?
Not much. How you doing, Mark?
I'm doing good.
Okay.
We're over here reeling, Mark. I don't know if you heard what just happened.
Yeah, I hear it. I heard. I'm driving into work right now, so I'm listening.
Okay.
Not,
All right. Well, I'm going to hope he's not high, but I guess we'll see here. Okay. All right.
You're
Okay.
being driven, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
It makes you feel better.
Whatever you got to tell yourself.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. My gosh, Mark, I agree with you. Ugh.
Yeah, the weather.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Denny's got a couple questions here for you to try to determine if you're high or not. Producer Denny's knows when you're high. What do you got for him, Denny's?
All right. Which state in America do you think has the fattest animals?
I would probably have to go Alaska.
Okay.
A lot to be hidden out there, so
Yeah. They need the insulation.
The girth.
Yeah.
So
Makes
they
sense.
got the Bigfoot for Jay Bird out there, probably.
oh, yeah.
Okay.
New Jersey had a lot of fat kittens.
Yeah.
Jersey did, yeah.
Fat cats, huh?
Fat, yeah.
Yeah.
Plump, at least the area I was in.
Okay.
I think heavily populated cities would have fat animals from all the human
Yeah.
food being tossed to them.
Dumpster diving cats.
All great notes, by the way.
Moving on.
Okay.
Let's see here. Second question. What would be your battle plan if all garden gnomes came to life?
Oh, boy.
Garden gnomes?
Yeah, they all came to life.
Wow.
I'd probably just get a water hose and hose them
Really? No fear
with
for
water
them.
and chase them away.
I have so many garden gnomes.
You do? Okay.
I don't have a one.
He didn't have a one. Okay.
And final one here. How many clones of yourself would it take to make your life easier? Like multiplicity.
I would probably say 3.
3 clones. Would you have one go to work, one hang out with for the
One
relationships?
go to work, one watch the kids, and one to party, which would be the real me.
Okay. All righty.
I like your style.
I
Yeah.
don't know if I trust my clones.
In
You ever see-
multiplicity, it was way messed up.
It got a little messy.
Because they weren't quite clones. They were.
Would you
Can't
want?
have too many. Can't have too many clones.
Would you want 5 Ralstons? Would you want that?
Yes.
You would.
I would, yeah. I think we'd all be very cooperative. I could use a few more me's. Yeah. I'm all down for it. Bring it.
You just want them to stick to the plan and do what you would do. The problem in multiplicity, they didn't.
And I think they made a clone of a clone, which it degrades the quality of the clone.
Oh, yeah, no.
You can't
they
do
are going to be
that.
straight off me.
Yeah,
Are we the only show talking about multiplicity?
It's a great movie.
It is a high topic.
I love that
so,
movie.
Yeah.
Me too. I love that movie.
Love that movie. Yeah.
Okay, what do you think about Mark in Coconut Creek? Is he high or not, Dennys?
Man, I'm hoping he's not high.
Sure.
I am getting.
Sounds like he's driving.
Yes, it sounds like he's driving. Getting a little bit of a high vibe from him.
Okay.
But I'm going to hope that he's not high.
Okay. Are you saying that just because he's driving, or what are you feeling? What's your instincts telling you?
Go with your gut, Dennys.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I'm getting a little bit of a high vibe from him.
Okay. Going high?
Getting a little bit of a high vibe from him. He's all right. I'll go with high. I think he's high.
Okay, Mark, are you high or not?
I am not high.
Oh, no!
I got two today.
Has never happened?
It has never happened.
Dennys has never been shut out in a round.
My
Man.
Whoa! Oh
First
man!
time.
I'm about 3 minutes away from work, and then I will be.
Wow. He's not yet high.
That's good. I'm glad. I'm
Okay.
very happy.
That worked out good.
I'm very happy.
Wow.
Twice. 2 people today.
Damn.
Crazy.
How about that?
It
What-
happens.
Whether I'm not, whether not doing it while I'm driving today. Just when I will in a few
That's
minutes.
good. We
move.
appreciate your responsibility there.
I gotta tell you, Denny's the chat room's reeling.
Yeah.
I'm reeling.
Statistically, I guess it was bound to happen, but
Yeah.
man.
Everybody has their day, Dennys.
I'm going to take this into the weekend.
Yeah.
My
tough.
mood's going to reflect the weather.
Don't beat yourself up. Think about all the praise you got for that dress.
That's right. I'll go back to earlier in the week.
Look, remember when Mike Tyson got beat by Buster Douglas? Remember that streak ended?
Yeah, I'll think back, but yes.
He was 7.
Yeah.
Terrible example, Denny.
He's 7, old man.
Yeah, he rebounded, came back, attacked the guy in the ring, and bit his ear off. So
Yeah.
just
Because
remember
he was
that.
losing.
Yeah.
Everyone loses.
Let's
That's
hope
how you
we'll have a
handle it.
repeat in
I
that
think
then.
Denny needs a bra.
He needs what?
Dress. A bra with the dress.
Okay.
Feel a little. mix
Well,
and match,
he needs
you know.
a lower bra.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think his upstairs is okay.
Denny's basically broke the
high
internet.
high heels.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I think you're high, actually.
Are you sure you're not high?
Yeah, you're not convincing me.
Good job,
I'm
everybody,
siding with
today.
Denny's. I think he's lying.
You guys got me today.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. So many people on meth. Ow!
Man, oh man, got a lot of fighting in the whacked out news here today. Before we get to all those stories, though, I got to tell you about a head-on collision that happened in Fort Lauderdale between a FedEx truck and an SUV last night on North Ocean Boulevard and 19th Street. There were 2 people that were inside the FedEx truck, and thankfully their injuries were minor. The people inside the SUV had a different story. The first thing that the Fort Lauderdale Fire Rescue noticed was that both the people in the SUV were naked.
Oh.
And then they looked at how they were positioned in the SUV, and it became pretty obvious pretty fast that at the time of the crash, the woman inside the SUV was performing some oral favors, I guess, on the male driver.
We are familiar with these activities.
Apparently, that is what caused the collision. He somehow lost focus and concentration at what was happening.
I don't know how people can drive.
He couldn't. So
He couldn't.
He could not. Now, the problem with that, according to Fort Lauderdale Fire Rescue, is that because of the impact, the driver of the SUV now has some injuries to his private area, his gear shift. because of what was going on during the time of the crash. I don't know how severe those injuries are.
Did she bite it?
Well, look, impact.
I believe she did, Virginia.
You've got things involved.
Yeah. So
well, it's a lesson. It's a hard lesson, Kevin.
It is a tough lesson. I don't know the state of his dong this morning.
Dang.
But man, oh man, it sounds like a lot of fun. But
so we'll take the back route, right? Don't go on the main road either.
Just I mean,
can't go on the main road.
Driving in Fort Lauderdale traffic.
We just do it at home.
Yeah.
There's our vanilla princess.
Yeah, right. A 77-year-old man in the Villages, Florida, has been accused of punching his 84-year-old friend during an argument over golf etiquette.
Okay, well, it's not good etiquette to punch.
Apparently, around the fourth hole, the man said that the two had began arguing, which was something apparently they did often. The 77-year-old told the 84-year-old to move, which the one guy said, yeah, don't tell me how to play. I know the etiquette of the game. So they continued to argue like the old guys in the Muppets, and then the one guy flipped the other one off, and then he went up to his friend. He said, you do that again, I'm going to hit you. Well, he did it again, and guess what? He hit him right in the face.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, the victim has been taken to a local hospital there in the Villages with a visibly swollen bruise on the side of his face, and the attacker was charged with battery on a person over 65 or older. They don't play around with that.
So even if you're over 65, they still don't play.
They don't play. It's still same charge.
It didn't happen often, but every now and then, old dudes would get into these fights where they wanted to fight each other at the golf course.
Sure, yeah.
Oh, because they're playing with money. Even if they're rich, Virginia, they're playing for hundreds and hundreds or thousands.
Pride.
Yes.
Ego.
And it's kind of sad to watch because they don't move so quick.
Residents in Maryland got an interesting show after two mail carriers got into a fight.
Wow.
And one witness is saying they're riding up and down the street playing bumper cars.
What?
Their fight apparently included their mail delivery trucks and even the mail itself. One of them punched the window on the other's mail truck, and one of them was a male man. The other was just a male woman. Each was driving their own U.S. Postal Service delivery vehicles. Residents called 911 when they saw the fight going on. Then the cops showed up, and when the police showed up, the mailman got out of his truck and took off running.
Oh, no.
Officers then tackled him and handcuffed him. Crazy, right?
Something's going on. These two were dating or something. This is a lover's quarrel.
Dang, huh?
Yeah. There's more to this story.
Listen to this, Virginia. I know you're getting into these teenage fights, but you got to be careful. Two teens showed up to fight a 16-year-old girl at her Missouri home and allegedly attacked her mom instead.
If 4 teenage girls attacked you, how does the witch do? 4 16-year-olds from the northern county.
They're from the Pizzle?
They're northern Palm Beach County, Jupiter area, Tequesta.
I don't know. I mean, 4 is a lot to take on.
I think 4 16-year-olds destroy the witch.
I think you're probably right.
That's a lot to take on.
I think 4 16-year-olds would destroy anybody, though.
I agree.
Well,
That's a lot.
Listen to this. Michelle Aldo said that she and her husband were asleep when their 2 daughters woke them up and said that there was a carload of girls outside their home and they wanted to fight the younger one. The mother went outside and told the girls in the white sedan to leave, but they refused, demanding that her 16-year-old daughter come out and face them. They told mom either she's coming out or we're coming in.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, hell no. I would have had the bat already. Come on. Let's go. I will tee off on your forehead.
They used to call her Vicious V. Now they can call her Batman.
Either she's coming out or we're coming in. Who the F do you think you are?
Then 2 of the girls jumped out of the car. And
let's go.
A girl with blonde hair punched the mother in the face.
She wouldn't get that close.
And then was joined by a girl with black hair. Both of them were on top of the older woman on the ground, leaving her with a concussion, a broken nose, and 2 black eyes.
Oh, my gosh.
It took the 18-year-old daughter to pull both girls off the mom, and then the husband came out with a cane to knock the blonde girl to the ground when she allegedly tried to attack the mom a second time.
A cane? So he's probably old. Oh, my gosh.
What makes you say that? Maybe it was cocaine.
Both the girls got back in their car and they left, but they went right to Snapchat to report the story with messages saying, imagine letting your mom get her ass beat and tell your mom to come clean her blood off my window. Mom said the police told her that the girls in the car were as young as 13 and that her alleged assailants were charged with simple assault and will be in youth court.
Okay, let's change the game. 4 13-year-olds attack you. Can the witch take that?
I think 4 of any aggressive, able-bodied, 4 is going to be tough to fight.
Even 4 10-year-olds.
I like those odds better.
But they still could. 4 10-year-olds at their worst.
I know.
With the most energy, I think they could do a lot of damage.
4 10-year-olds could absolutely do damage.
If you had 4 big 10-year-olds attack me, and I'm not really expecting it, I think I'm going to struggle.
If this starts happening, you have to grab a weapon. You have to grab a weapon.
Yeah.
You don't let this get to the point where a girl can hit you in the head and knock you to the ground, and then all these girls jump on you. You grab a weapon and you start swinging.
If you had to throw hands, Cannon and 2 of his biggest friends attack you.
Cannon's bigger than me.
I know. That's why I'm asking Ken.
Yeah.
But you're a grown-ass man.
Yeah.
Could you take on Cannon and 2 other kids if you had to?
No, I get my ass beat.
Beat or draw?
Cannon is big.
Cannon's big. Cannon's about my height.
I
yeah.
know he's big. But
Yeah.
you got wisdom. You have man muscles.
I haven't seen Cannon in a couple of years. We just saw Cannon like 2 weekends ago, and I was like, who is the big ass kid?
He's a big ass kid. Yeah,
He's
he's about my
big.
size now.
Okay.
He's going to pass Kevin like by
Yeah,
Christmas.
He is.
So could Cannon alone kick your ass?
Yes.
It would be a tough battle. he's
Cannon
getting
would
stronger.
kick your ass right
Oh,
now.
he's coming into that body for sure.
Yeah, he's getting into it. After Washington State passed a law to constrain police officers, state drivers are now refusing to pull over when asked by cops. And they say many times these who are speeding away from the cops are in stolen vehicles themselves. It's just lawless in Washington State.
Wow.
They say that more than half of U.S. states have instituted such reforms ever since everything that went down with George Floyd and they started backing off the policing. They say now police are banned from pursuing traffic violators in their cruisers unless they get permission by a supervisor or the perpetrator has to be under the influence or having committed a violent offense or is causing imminent danger. So they say people are stealing cars now, know it, and they just steal cars and the cops come after them, they flip them off and speed away.
Wow.
Yeah, so if you want to jack a car, go to Washington State. It's all good.
Damn.
Yeah, crazy, huh? 27-year-old Chandra Andrews is being charged with disorderly conduct after stopping traffic to dance on the hood of her car in Mobile, Alabama.
Girl.
Sometimes you gotta dance. You just gotta make sure it's the appropriate time.
But you got to make a example out of her.
Let me guess. They're trying to do a TikTok video.
I don't know. It doesn't say that. It does say that she's been arrested many times on multiple occasions as well as public intoxication. So a girl likes to party and get a little loose.
She don't need TikTok.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But something tells me it was being videoed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one last little ominous warning here. There is a powerful artificial intelligence named Doll-E that has been plugged in, is communicating, but has apparently started to create its own secret language, and nobody's really sure how to decipher it yet or what it's saying and to whom.
I've been telling you guys this from day.
Yeah, so there we go.
What?
So it has begun, yes.
Dolly?
The computers are talking
I'm
to each other,
Dolly.
and we can't understand what they're saying.
Let's
We
kill
are-
Is that
all.
alarming?
We're in the beginning stages of robotic warfare.
Wow. We'll be dead by Monday. That's basically our confession time here. A little raise your hand poll. Find out just what percentage of the KVJ show is partaking in this naughty behavior. So what we're going to do is we're going to raise our hand if this applies to us. If you're watching KVJ TV right now, just go to kvjshow.tv and you can see us right there. You'll see who's answering yes to what. If you're just listening, you can find out what percentage of the KVJ show is doing this, and you'll get the stories behind it on our After the Show podcast. We do live on KVJ TV, or you can get it on your podcast apps to hear the stories behind it. Okay, first one I got here. It's myself, Virginia, Jaybird, Dennys, and Suits all in the mix here. So it's out of 5. Raise your hand if you have talked badly about a boss in the last 30 days.
Does Kevin count?
Yes, I do.
I'm just
30
Not
days.
technically any kind of
30
manager.
minutes.
Just being a jerk.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
mean,
So you got 1, 2, 3. Okay.
30 days?
30 days. Yeah.
No.
30 days. Okay. Well, what is it? What is all that, Virginia?
I mean, the lies.
Just lies? 30, I don't know about 30 days.
Ribsy.
What? I guess I will raise my. I'm not trying to ruin the game.
She outed you and then made you raise your hand and change the percentage from 60 to 80.
She makes me dance all the time.
You are a great dancer.
Okay. 80%. All our bosses are like, son of a freaking KVJ.
By the way, love all our bosses.
Kevin doesn't talk bad about anybody, so we all know Kevin didn't do it.
Full disclosure, I've talked bad about all y'all. Yeah, at some point in my life, y'all have gone on the chopping block.
This week.
Okay, next up here. Raise your hand if you've gotten into an altercation with an Uber, Lyft, taxi driver, whatever. Just any of those. Raise your hand if you have done that here on the KVJ Show. We are at 60%, 3 out of 5.
What about if you've gotten into multiple altercations, sir? Should you raise both hands?
Yeah, raise both hands, yeah.
I mean, we've had it just a few.
Are you raising both legs, too? My goodness.
There are 6 hands up in here.
Well, we just Ubered a lot. You're bound to happen.
We Uber a lot, Kevin.
Oh, man. All your ratings just went down to 1 stars.
I think they're already there.
We didn't start it, but
Okay.
damn it, we're going to finish
it.
Okay, raise your hand if you've thrown up in public in front of people you don't know. Oh, gosh. Thrown up in public in front of people you don't know? Okay, that's 100%.
If it is multiple times, you have to raise 2 hands?
Yeah, oh, jeez.
Okay.
If it was in that Uber that you got in a fight with?
I think that's if it's been multiple times, you have to raise 2 hands.
I like it.
Okay, let's say you've thrown up in public in front of somebody you didn't know because of drinking.
Oh, jeez.
Raise your hand on that. Okay, that's still 80%. Okay.
I've thrown up so many times in front of people.
A strong 8-hand 80%.
Wow. Okay. Okay, raise your hand if you have run from the police.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, the police have been actively chasing you. Okay.
And got away. A few times.
Can't catch this.
Wow,
That's the only time I run.
That's 80% of our show.
That's the only time Dennys is fast.
You will never see me run unless I'm being chased.
I mean, all these numbers are alarmingly high today.
There's a lot of confessions.
Well, you made them all naughty.
Yeah.
This is a naughty party.
Okay. Let's see how high this number is. Final one here. Raise your hand if you've done a drug other than marijuana in the last 30 days. Other than marijuana.
Let's
We
think
got
here.
1 hand, 2 hands. People got people checking their calendars. Apparently, what do you guys do? You schedule this stuff?
By the way,
Gonna do blow at midnight.
I'm not sure.
Is it in the planner?
I'm not sure I like this game.
Yeah, I think good.
Okay, we got 40% on that. Okay, man, oh man, wow, what confessions we had today.
I like how Riggy writes these questions.
Who's saying Riggy's writing them? I always get the blame. May not even be me, Virginia. May not even be me.
Oh, Riggy, I see you.
All righty. We always love playing the like game, and nobody can do a good old-fashioned like better than a Kardashian. Kim Kardashian. Yesterday we were talking about her eating her poo to stay young, and now she's dropping more genius on us because she's talking about how she really didn't want a relationship with Pete Davidson. She was just looking for sex.
So I had to edit this clip today, or load this clip. This is one of the most annoying clips I've heard probably in the last 3 months.
So she was just going to use him like a piece of boy meat?
Kevin, I don't know if you've heard this clip yet. It's so annoying.
Oh, I love this.
Well, remember she was on Saturday Night Live, and they did the Aladdin skit together, and apparently there's some chemistry, and she was on the outs with Kanye at the time, and so she thought, you know what, I need just something to scratch the carnal itch. Pete Davidson will be that person, and then just things fell in line, and she was not expecting a relationship.
It is. If you love Kim Kardashian, you're not going to hate this clip. If you are very annoyed and turned off by her, this clip's going to drive you up a wall.
Okay, the way we play the like game, I give you how long the clip is. 47 seconds. How many likes can Kim Kardashian work into 47 seconds of audio? What do you think? If you had to guess.
So she's gotten better.
Okay.
She's made adjustments. She still gets, I think it's going to be, I didn't count them. I don't know the number. I personally think it's going to be around 11.
Damn.
Okay.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
I'll take 10. I'll take 10.
All
Take
right.
11.
I'll take 11.
Virginia's going with 11. I'm going to go 18.
Wow.
I mean, that would be every other. It would be like, hey, hi, like.
I like to aim high. I believe in her. I think she can pull this off. How many likes are we going to get? Here is what Kim Kardashian had to say.
I did SNL, and then when we kissed in scene, it was just a vibe. And I was like, maybe I just need to try something different. But Pete does not come to my after party. Everyone was at my after party. Does not give me the time of day. So a few days later, I called the producer at SNL and I was like, hey, do you have Pete's number? And they were like, yeah. And I text him. I wasn't even thinking like, oh my God, I'm gonna be in a relationship with him. I was just thinking like, heard about this BDE, need to get out there. Like I need to just like jumpstart I was just basically DTF. Like everyone thinks it's like a hysterical comedy show at all times. I'm like, no, it's just like normal.
And one at the end.
I got 9.
Okay.
I'm just mesmerized by the clip.
It's so much.
It's so good.
BDE, DTF.
Oh, yeah. She worked it all in there.
It's just 45 seconds of just annoying.
Yeah.
BDE, DTF, OMG. I love it.
Hi, Kevin.
That is my favorite clip you've ever played.
Kevin, it's the worst clip I've ever brought in. And I had to do it because it's my job. And I'm sorry.
I love it.
80% of our audience, I'm sorry.
Okay. You guys are pretty much on it. Bird, you'd said 10. Virginia went with 11. We're right around, what? You think you got 9 is how many you counted?
I counted 9 people in the chat room. 9's pretty consistent.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you're right. She's slipping a little bit.
She's gotten better.
Must be studying the law.
She has gotten better.
Yeah, she has.
For 45 seconds, and you said like 9 times, and we're celebrating that?
It's pretty impressive. Still good. Still good. All right, coming up, we're going to get a little weather situation with likely tropical storm Alex coming in through tonight, sticking with us through tomorrow, taking out the lower part here of South Florida. So we're definitely going to get some rain. I think maybe 8 to 10 inches, something like that, I'm hearing. So
exactly what Pete Davidson is packing.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Kim Kardashian's getting 8 to 10 inches.
The weather has BDE, Kevin.
Yeah. Yeah, it always sucks when you got rain with the name, and that's what we got. Tropical Storm Alex looks like it's going to be dumping about 8 to 10 inches on South Florida, coming in later tonight, and going to be through us Saturday, Sunday. It'll be out of here. So what are you going to be doing this weekend? If you're doing anything at all, make sure it's got a roof on it. I assume the Marlins games against the Giants are still going to be going off because they got a roof at Lone Depot Park. Not heard anything about any kind of delays on that at all. You've also got some live music. Brantley Gilbert is going to be at Hard Rock Live tonight. Big old country star. CeeLo Green at Live in Miami Beach. You can also check out Cedric Gervais. He's going to be at Live tomorrow. They're doing a rock festival tomorrow if it can go off at Matthews Brewing. They do have some coverings there, so it is possible. And they also are showing Jesus Christ Superstar at the Adrian Arce Center. That is going to be this weekend in Miami.
You don't have the St. Augustine weather or reports of what's going on up there, do you?
70% chance of rain. They get a little bit less because it's coming through the lower part. So, yeah, I actually do have the St. Augustine weather forecast.
Okay, so it's good to go north.
Okay.
Better
Look at
to
us.
go north.
We got a party, baby.
Yeah, you probably necessarily maybe want to drive another 3 or 4 hours to be good, but, you know, you might be all right. Your show tonight is in an amphitheater. You guys are going to be taking the RV up there to see Toad the Wet Sprocket.
Yep, bare
Okay.
naked ladies.
And don't you like the gin blossoms?
Yeah, they just don't like me. So, yeah, it's an odd, long story. So, yeah.
There's a real story behind
There's
that?
a real story about it, yeah.
Do you know this story?
I think I forgot this story. Why do the Jim Blossoms not like you?
Okay, when I worked for Z100, we had a show out, I think it was on the Jersey Shore, Jones Beach or something like that. I
Okay,
can't remember.
Jones Beach. That was a big popular spot.
Yeah, it was at a restaurant. I can't remember. I mean, it's been 20 plus years ago now, but I had to drive the band, and my car did not have air conditioning, and it was a particularly hot day.
Oh.
And the lead singer, Robin, I think was his first name, and he was sitting up front, and he just thought he was a bigger star than to ride in a car without air conditioning, and he couldn't believe that Z100 was doing this to him.
I kind of agree with him.
I kind of think he was right.
And he was sweating his balls off and then had to go perform. And he's like, I look like a mess. And now I got to, and so And then I got lost because I wasn't from that area. So here I am. I'm driving around, and he's like, "You're clearly effing with me, aren't you?" And I'm like, "I'm not." And he was so mad, he almost swung at me. And so
what?
That's hilarious.
The longer we were in that car, like I said, the more he was upset, the more intimidated I got, and the worse I was driving.
Well, it's hard to focus on the driving when you have the lead singer of the Gym Blossoms yelling at you.
They didn't give you a station vehicle to drive this
No,
cat?
they did not. No, they did not. I did not have a station vehicle. I don't think I was allowed to drive because I wasn't on the station insurance at the time, so I was only an intern.
So you had to drive him in your own personal car with no AC.
Yeah.
I gotta stand with Gym Blossoms on this one.
Yeah. So like I said, I like the Gym Blossoms. They don't like me.
I'm not against Kevin. I'm against the radio station for doing that to you and the Gin Blossoms.
Yeah, I think something weird had happened. I think our jock was supposed to drive them in a nicer vehicle, and I think he broke his leg or something like that, if I remember right. And so I was the fallback plan. And
oh, boy.
I'm like, I don't think they're going to like riding in my car. I'm not even sure. My car was small, and I had the whole group, and it was a two-door. They had 3 massive hits on the radio, and I had the Gym Blossoms crammed into this two-door car, so they're on top of each other, so it's extra hot because they're rubbing up against each other. And they were such a sweaty mess when we dropped them off. They look like hell.
The Sweat Blossoms.
Okay, hashtag I side with the Gin Blossoms.
I love Kevin Ralston, and it's
so
not
mad.
Kevin's fault. It's not his fault.
It's not Kevin's fault.
No.
Z100 should have got a car service, a limo for that matter. I mean, they had songs on the damn radio.
They had massive hits. They should not have been in a sweaty car.
And I got screamed at for 30 minutes because I didn't have air conditioning in my car by the program director, who couldn't believe that. He's like, who the hell would buy a car today without air conditioning? He couldn't believe. He's like, Ohio, you are the dumbest human on the planet.
He called you Ohio. That was
yeah.
his insulting nickname.
That was, I didn't have a first name. I was just called Ohio because that's where I was from.
Uncle Marv said, where did the band put their equipment? In the chat room. I'd imagine it's already at the venue.
Yeah, they had a van. So they were, I mean, they were still, usually when you first start doing things, you're not necessarily traveling in jet planes, and they weren't there yet. So they had just had, we were playing whatever it was, Hey Jealousy was a massive song that was on the radio we were playing. But they were still in the point where they had a cargo van that was taking all their equipment. So yeah, the van had driven all their stuff to the venue, and they didn't want to ride in that because that was a hot van. It didn't have seats in it.
Okay, it was a cargo van.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can't legally you can't ride in the back of that.
Yeah. So they needed a transport vehicle, and I was the last option.
That's a great story.
That's a great story.
Yeah. So
I side with the Gin Blossoms.
I don't know if I know that story. If you told me that was a long time ago.
Okay.
I don't remember it.
I don't think I knew that story.
Yeah. So that's
a great story.
Yeah. So I assume
you had a lot of bad, uncomfortable run-ins with bands in New York.
Yeah. It was a tough time. Yeah.
Z100 kind of set you up for the fall on that one.
They enjoyed doing that.
Did you work at the time Stern was there?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did you ever see him?
He was on no
different station.
He never came on. Yeah, he was on K-Rock.
Okay, got it.
92.3. Yeah.
Because you always talk about Kingston, and I know that Howard Stern at one point worked for Kingston.
Yeah,
it was either his program director or the OM. Or whatever.
Yeah, I think maybe after I worked with him, I think Kingston was nicer to Stern than he was me.
Yeah, he had to be.
Well, Stern had air conditioning.
He couldn't have been any meaner.
No, you're right.
He was pretty damn mean to you.
He wasn't a big fan of mine. Wasn't a big fan. Yeah, so there you go.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, it was an interesting time. All right, you got a little win for the week. I want to do a little bit of a shout out. You can let us know about it. A little Feel Good Friday. Text them in 877-979-WRMF. We got a text here today for Feel Good Friday. Someone to shout out Ryan Fitzpatrick. He's the former Miami Dolphins quarterback. A lot of people loved him. He was there just a couple years ago. Was right in front of Tua, kind of bringing him along. He was just really awesome and a really likable guy. And he did one of the best interviews that I have seen. They started training camp. And, people were kind of giving him a hard time. This was about maybe 3 years ago now. And they said that, hey, man, you came in, you got a little bit extra weight on you. And he said, the off season, that's cake season for me.
Good for him.
And so he started explaining, all the festivities they have where he's been eating a lot of cake. And
so in January we have 3 birthdays. So we've got, a family birthday party, which includes cake, and then we've got a friend's birthday party, which includes cake. So that's 6 times in January. We've got 3 birthdays in March, March 1st, March 6th, and March 11th, which again, that's a tough stretch. That's cake 6 out of, 10 or 11 days.
Okay, so that's what happened to Fitzpatrick.
It's
there.
cake season.
It was cake season.
I'm liking Fitzy. I like this guy.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah, he's a solid dude. You can tell he's entertaining, and the rumors are he is going to get a gig on Thursday Night Football. So he'll be coming to an announcing booth, and as they're paying these guys today, he actually might make more doing that than he ever did.
Good for him.
Yeah.
It's a skill to be able to be a guy that can perform on the field and then a guy that can get in the booth and also commentate.
Mm-hmm.
That is a special kind of guy.
Yep. Also got a shout out to an amazing boyfriend who is taking me to St. Augustine just because I said I wanted to go.
Aww.
How about that?
You're going to St. Augustine today?
That's what it sounds like.
Well, meet up with us.
So are we. We're going to St. Augustine today.
I know Virginia gets weird with randoms, but I am into this. Let's meet up. Let's get weird.
Sounds
Why
great.
you got to make me sound unapproachable, dog?
You're the one that went on a 10-minute rant. I don't like randoms, Kev.
Well, not when you invite them to my house or to your house party.
I have never.
Yeah.
I have never.
When people I've never met before are invited to the house party and then they're weird.
Objection. I have never invited a weird person to your house. Now, my house is different. I stand by that. But I always go solo at your place.
Okay.
I'll put up with your stuck-up ass.
Let's get that on the record.
You go solo because you're tail hunting.
There might be trial.
Somebody doing a shout out. It's my sister's bachelorette weekend, so that sounds like fun.
Oh, that's so fun. Let's run into that party.
Yeah, you guys going to St. Augustine?
We need a bachelorette party to join us.
I do agree with the witch.
Good Friday vibes. That's what it's all about. A couple more Feel Good Fridays. Graduation stuff still happening. Middle school graduation for Naomi, Uncle Jason. Give me a little shout out there and a photo of them. Also, Shelby Rose graduating a little VPK. So happy for summer. She's going to miss her monkey class, it says. Christina sent that in.
Monkey class.
Yeah.
Sounds fun.
It does.
Also, somebody said I was able to put in my 2 weeks notice at my job. Start a new career as a member of the Okeechobee Sheriff's Office. Something I want to do my entire life.
Fancy.
Sal from Port St. Lucie sent that in. Also, a little shout out to Janessa, the nurse that's taking great care of my dad. He's been recovering from a stroke and tested positive for COVID this week.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, but Janessa is really doing a good job in there, stepping in. Also, Mary Nelson from Loxahatchee said, after hearing Kevin talk about Panu laser over and over, I finally went for my consult last week, had the procedure yesterday, and this morning I'm waking up to a whole new world. Painless, fast, easy, affordable. Only wish I'd done it sooner. Amen, sister.
Wow, look at you with the tip.
Yeah, no more contacts and glasses for this girl. Thank you, Kevin and Dr. Mutiello. Very nice. All righty, good amounts of positivity. We still got more of the After the Show podcast, revealing what we talked about on the Raise Your Hand poll. You'll get to that. Get y'all ready for the weekend there. But before we do it, Jaybird always has some sensible thoughts to get your mind right here on a Friday with his thought.
Sometimes we are all too quick to count the days that we forget to make the days count.
Oh, yes.
The KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.